refill. Get your watch party restocked at Twin Liquors. Bourbon, tequila, Tito's. We have it all. Pick up a twin deal and save 10% on identical bottles. Or find a new favorite with our deals of the week. Order online for curbside or delivery. TwinLiquors.com. Please drink responsibly.
This season, honor the win and the West in Tecovas. Whether you're in the stands or out celebrating downtown, Tecovas Western boots are handcrafted for all-day comfort. With colors and styles that look right at home, you can show your pride from head to toe. This football season, show up in boots. Find your perfect pair at tecovas.com or one of our Austin stores on South Congress and at the Domain. Tecovas, forever West.
Need equipment for your next job? Don't settle for the traditional rental experience. With Equipment Share, your rental arrives on time and in top condition, ready to work. From dozers to skid loaders, mini excavators, and even generators, Equipment Share has you covered. Easily reserve your gear, track your machine's performance, and manage everything through our mobile app. With Equipment Share's T3 technology, you'll get control, visibility, and peace of mind. Visit EquipmentShare.com or call 1-888-80-RENTS. Equipment Share. Rental done right.
We continue our look at the starting lineups. The Longhorns are coached by Steve Sarkeesian, now in his 5th season as the head coach at the University of Texas, his 12th season overall as a collegiate head coach, a career coaching mark of 84 wins against 53 losses. The mark at UT is 38-18. Here's the Longhorns starting offense across the front. Left tackle is Trevor Gooseby, 6'7", 312-pound sophomore from Melissa in Collin County, north of Dallas. Connor Stroh at left guard, 6'7", 341-pound sophomore from Frisco Wakeland, also in Collin County, north of Dallas. The center from Frisco High is Cole Hudson, 6'5", 308-pound senior. The right guard, D.J. Campbell, 6'3", 321-pound senior from Arlington Bowie. The right tackle is Brandon Baker, 6'4", 308-pound sophomore from Ontario, California, out of the famed Mater Dei program. Tight end, Jack Endries. He had quite the Longhorn debut last week. 6'4", 236-pound senior transfer from Danville, California. Transferred in from Cal. The wide receivers, Ryan Wingo, 6'2", 214-pound sophomore from St. Louis on one side. Parker Livingston on the other side, 6'4", 191-pound redshirt freshman from Lovejoy. That's in Lucas up in Collin County. And in the slot is DeAndre Moore, 6', 192-pound junior from Anaheim, California. The running backs with Trey Weisner out of the lineup today. C.J. Baxter will get the start, 6'1", 227-pound sophomore from Orlando, Florida. We will also see Jarrett Gibson out there, 5'10", 206-pound sophomore from Gainesville, Florida, played at IMG Academy. And Christian Clark, 6 foot, 212-pound redshirt freshman from Phoenix, Arizona. The quarterback is Arch Manning, 6'4", 219-pound sophomore from New Orleans. The San Jose State defense, the down lineman, the ends, Quincy Likio is a 6'2", 282-pound senior from Kapahulu, Hawaii. The other end is Vili Tafutawapua. He is a 259-pound junior from Auckland, New Zealand, transferred in from Utah. The nose guard is Gafa Paga, a 304-pound senior from American Samoa. The linebackers on the edges, Ethan Powell, 216-pound junior from San Bernardino, California, and Tanela Latu. He is a 231-pound senior from San Mateo, California. Inside is Noah McNeil Franklin, 210-pound senior from Vallejo, California. And Jordan Pollard is the one to watch. A preseason all-conference player, had 15 tackles in their season opener last week. 202-pound senior from Los Angeles, California. The corners, Jalen Thomas, a redshirt freshman from Los Gatos, California. Jalen Boehner, 186-pound senior from San Marcos, California. The strong safety, Jalen Apolite Williams, 193-pound senior from Martinez, California. And the free safety is Isaiah Rivas, a 190-pound senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Mike Coulter has a look around the SEC and college football coming up when Longhorn football continues in a moment.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
In the game of business, information is your playbook. It's the thing that keeps everyone on the same page so that each player has the knowledge they need to perform their role, work together, and give your team a competitive advantage. The trick, of course, is executing that playbook. And that's where Rico comes in. We're a proud sponsor and business technology provider of Texas Athletics, and we're ready to play for your team whenever you want an edge. We love TMI. Hook 'em horns, Rico. Imagine change.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Texas Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
The University of Texas Golf Club, your home in the Hill Country. It's a member experience as big as Texas. Major champions, tour pros, and you can stroll 18 holes. Play the Spieth Lower 40, a fun 6-hole short course. Hit the courts in the biggest indoor tennis facility in Austin. Or host your next event in our pavilion or clubhouse. Next time you're in Austin, stay and play in our casitas. The University of Texas Golf Club, where champions play.
Rooted in orange, Texas Disposal Systems is proud to have been doing business in Austin since 1977. As the preferred sustainability services provider of Texas Athletics, Texas Disposal Systems provides recycling, solid waste, and composting services for Texas Athletics games as well as the Central Texas area and beyond. TDS's commitment to environmental sustainability fuels its desire to partner with others for a more sustainable future. Visit TexasDisposal.com to learn more. Texas Disposal Systems, noticeably different, noticeably better.
Welcome back to the Corona pregame show. Mike Coulter back inside the Learfield Network studios. Texas getting set for their home opener against San Jose State inside DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. Taking a look at the other SEC early action today. Just one other game that starts before noon. That would be number 19 Texas A&M hosting Utah State over at Kyle Field, an 11:45 kickoff between those two in the Battle of the Aggies. Two games outside the SEC I'll be watching. Also 11 a.m. kicks. Number 16 Iowa State taking on Iowa. The Cy-Hawk rivalry game. 6 of the last 10 meetings have been one-score games, and the home team has not won in this series dating back to 2018. Also at 11, number 17 SMU off to a 1-0 start hosting 0-1 Baylor. Baylor lost to Auburn a week ago. Both teams top 10 already nationally in tempo. Their first meeting since 2016. Baylor has won 13 in a row against the Mustangs dating back to 1986. Again, it's Texas and San Jose State. The Corona pregame show continues after this timeout as we'll hear from Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkeesian. That's after this on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA. It is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi Mom, it's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. never ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
We just kind of knew from the beginning that we were family.
They showcased a sense of love that I never had before. I mean, he's not only my parent, like he's like my best friend.
At the end of the day, it's all been worth it. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Mike Coulter back inside the Learfield Network studios. Before we hear from head coach Steve Sarkeesian, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You are listening to Texas Longhorns football from Learfield.
We welcome you back to DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. Time for a pregame conversation with Coach Sark. One thing I want to give you a chance to explain a little more to fans, because I get a lot of questions about that. When players say, and when coaches say, coming off of game one, that it's got to be about us the next week and fixing things. Sometimes fans get confused and they also they're not even looking at the opponent. No, it's an all-encompassing thing, isn't it?
No, it really is. You know, I think ultimately when you play an opponent each week, they give us all the information, right? What type of defense, what type of offense, where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are, and then we formulate a game plan around the opponent. But at the end of the day, there's a standard of play that we want to play at, and we're looking for improvement across the board in all three phases: individual players, individual position groups, offense, defense, special teams, and ultimately as a team. And we want to play as clean, as good as football as we can, and to do that, we've got to look inside first, as well as take in the information from the opponent of how to prepare for them.
It was said that Vince Lombardi was pretty relaxed on game day because he felt good about the preparation that went in during the week. Is that one thing you were comfortable with, what you saw on the practice field from the guys this week?
You know, I was really impressed with them on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to have some errors. We're going to have things to clean up, but the physicality we practiced with on Tuesday and Wednesday was how we need to practice. And then the sharpness and how clean we were on Thursday. And that's kind of the formula for success for us. We've got to make practices as hard or harder than game day so that we're prepared to play not only mentally but physically, and I thought our guys did that this week.
Given that the theme is always get the ball in the end zone, get stops on defense, win the football game, we understand those priorities. You have also talked about wanting to get more guys on the field this week, some of the younger guys, and more guys overall.
Yeah, you know, I think we played 50 guys last week, 4 true freshmen, 7 new faces last week's ball game. I would love for all those 3 numbers to go up this week. To do that, we need to play well. Little different conditions, a little warmer, a little more humid today. Probably need to rotate some players earlier in the game. And the guys that play early are the guys that have earned it. You know, they've earned our trust throughout practice. But like I said, I'm always about early in the season, non-conference games, playing a lot of guys because you never know who you're going to need down the road.
You mentioned the other night on Longhorn Weekly, we were talking about Arch, and you said, I want him to feel comfortable taking the easier path when it's there to do.
Yeah, and he's more than capable of doing it. I think sometimes you need to play and then look at the tape and be like, oh, wow, that could have been a little easier here, a little easier there. And taking some of those easier things can create more easy things down the road. You stay out of third and longs, you're more manageable third downs, fourth downs, things of that nature. So I expect him to play a really confident brand of football. You know, he knows he's got 100,000 people behind him today. They're going to support him, a little different than last week. So I know he's excited to come out and play before Longhorn Nation today.
Did you get a vibe of seeing some aha moments from him when he was watching the video, when he was looking back on it?
Well, we even saw it at halftime, you know, because we were watching the tape together. But again, I think coming back, looking at the tape, and hey, that's a tough first game, but man, so many great lessons, not only for him, but for our team to grow from that first week. and I expect to see growth from our guys today.
Let's talk about San Jose State. I know you have a lot of respect for Ken Niamata-Lolo and what he's done with this program.
I really do. You know, Ken, obviously his time at Navy, he developed a style of play, and that was a very physical, fast brand of football. Naturally, they went from the triple option at Navy now to the run and shoot at San Jose State. But when you watch them play on defense and special teams, that style of football is still there. They're fast, they run around, they'll hit you, and so we've got to be ready to go from the opening kickoff.
And we were talking about Scudero, who had 9 catches for 189 yards, and you mentioned in that offense there's the opportunity for guys to get multiple catches, and then what you want your defense to be able to adjust to that.
Well, they really do. I think it's going to be important for us today to disguise our coverages in the back end. So much of what they do in the run and shoot is predicated on option routes and reading the coverage and the quarterback being in the same page with the receiver. So we got to do a great job disguising our coverages, try to force him to hold the ball a little longer than he likes so our pass rush can affect the quarterback.
Okay, and we always talk about key being the ball, and I know that goes to also you want to see turnovers today. Your team get takeaways.
Yeah, we want to continue to possess the ball the way that we did last week. I thought our ball security was really good. That needs to stay there. But we need to attack the ball on defense and on special teams. We need to create some turnovers, create some short fields, create some momentum in the game, keep the crowd rolling in this game with us.
Good to be home, humidity notwithstanding, right?
It's great to be home. Hopefully the rain holds off here a little bit. Hopefully no lightning. But it's going to be awesome to run out of this tunnel here in a couple hours in front of Longhorn Nation.
Appreciate the time, Sark. Best of luck.
Thanks, Greg. Hook 'em, buddy.
Hook 'em. That is Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkeesian. Coming up, we have the kickoff of today's game, the home opener for the Texas Longhorns against the San Jose State Spartans when Longhorn football continues in a moment.
Longhorns men's basketball is headed to Maui this November, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance is sending along 2 lucky fans to Hawaii. Register free for the tropical tip-off at texaslonghorns.com/Maui for your chance to win airfare, hotel, game tickets, and $500 cash to spend November 24th and 25th with the Longhorns in Maui or other great prizes. Registration closes on November 9th, so visit texaslonghorns.com/Maui today. And good luck from Texas Farm Bureau Insurance.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
At St. David's Healthcare, we talk a lot about being the best. It's not just talk. We show it through innovation, hard work, heart, and of course, victories. St. David's Healthcare is proud to be an official healthcare provider of Texas athletics. And as UT Athletic Director Chris Del Conte would say,
the best is here, and together we are changing the world. Hook 'em.
When faced with a disaster, the Cotton companies never drop the ball. As the trusted recovery partner of global businesses, Cotton is proud to provide property restoration, construction, roofing, temporary housing, culinary, and environmental support services. We're also back to battle for the long-standing Texas rivalry as official sponsor of Texas Athletics and the official sponsor of the Lone Star Showdown. One call, one team. Total recovery. Learn more at cottoncompanies.com.
Longhorn football is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Cotton, one call, one team. Total recovery. By SeatGeek. Buy and sell tickets to Longhorn games on SeatGeek, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Texas Longhorns. St. David's, an official healthcare provider of Texas athletics. Now, here's the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way.
From Darrell K. Royal, Texas Memorial Stadium, it's the home opener of the 2025 college football season, the Texas Longhorns against the San Jose State Spartans. Good morning, everybody. I'm Craig Way along with Roger Wallace, Will Matthews, and our Longhorn Radio Network Broadcast crew from Learfield, our engineer Greg Klingensmith, our spotter Andy Way, our statistician Steve Leach, Jason Way with production assistants down on the sidelines with a parabolic microphone, Mike Coulter, our broadcast coordinator in the Longhorn Radio Network studios. Both teams 0-1. Longhorns trying to bounce back after the loss to Ohio State. Let's talk about keys to the game. And Roger, we'll start with you with what you see out of the Longhorn offense.
Yeah, we'll start with the offense. No Trey Wisner, so obviously more C.J. Baxter. We'll see some guys we didn't see last week. Jarrett Gibson, Christian Clark. But it's obvious. You want to see Arch Manning get into a rhythm, get comfortable, and have some good things happen.
And for the Texas defense, dealing with that spread and shred offense, kind of a run-and-shoot hybrid there for San Jose State. They want to be able to keep the tight coverage that they had a week ago and stuff the run. What about you, Will Matthews?
You know, the one thing that I am focused on for these guys today is for them to relax and to do their job. As Coach Sark talked about, people doing more than they need to do and looking at film and looking back and going, gosh, I could have made the easy play. Sometimes the easy play is the right play. Guys relaxing, and what I really want to see is when these guys are smiling and laughing and high-fiving, you know they're doing their job and having a good time.
I want to remind you, you can listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. We are pleased to be with you on SiriusXM Channel 84 for the broadcast nationwide. San Jose State won the toss, elected to defer the option, so they will kick off defending the south goal, and the Longhorns will get the football first, moving from our left to our right, as you picture in your mind's eye across your radio dial from north to south. From left to right, San Jose State will move from right to left and defend the south goal. Nate Lewis, a junior from Carmichael, California, will kick it off. Today's kickoff is brought to you by Lucchese, the official boot of the Texas Longhorns. Happy to have you with us. Overcast skies, quite humid here, but no rain falling here in Austin. So we're ready to go. Back deep to receive it, Ryan Niblett and DeAndre Moore to receive the kick of Nate Lewis. From right to left, right foot in it. And it is hooking left, and it will be fielded by Niblett a yard deep in the end zone to bring it out to the 15, 20, breaks out to right at about the 25-yard line, and that's where the offense will go to work. Arch Manning, last week for Texas, a 6'4", 219-pound sophomore out of Isidore Newman in New Orleans, completed 17 of 30 passes for 170 yards and a touchdown with an interception. Also carried it 10 times for 38 yards. We'll see C.J. Baxter open at running back for the Longhorns. Baxter carried it 10 times for 40 yards. And again, no Trey Wisner today. Out injured, so he will not be out there. The Longhorns will open up out of an empty set and have two receivers on the short side of the field. Now Baxter will shift back into the backfield, offset to the left side of Manning. From the right hash mark of the Texas 25-yard line, and it's a quick speed sweep to DeAndre Moore. Upfield 30, 35 gets the corner of the boundary, 40 midfield, across the midfield stripe, and finally shoved out of bounds by Jordan Pollard, their leading tackler. However, there is a flag down around the 30. Here's Daniel Gotra, our referee.
Holding. Offense, number 13. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains first down.
Parker Livingston trying to throw a downfield block, called for the hold, and that's going to wipe out what otherwise would have been a 28-yard gain.
Yeah, and Moore cut up in front of Livingston. I'm not sure he needed to do that. I think DeAndre had already established the corner there, but exactly what Sark talked about, this obviously in a pre-snap, but starting behind the chains.
Well, and the foul, the hold happened at the 31-yard line, so the walkback is to the 21, so it's first down and 14. The end result of that, and so it's a handoff to Baxter, left side, and nothing doing there at all. Met at the line of scrimmage by Quincy Licchio and brought down, no gain on the play. So it is second down and 14 from the Texas 21. Two receivers on the short side, including DeAndre Moore going in motion, off play action. Manning ready to throw his first pass of the day, and he's going deep. Looking downfield, but overthrowing the intended target. He was looking for Ryan Wingo. Too much on it. Jalen Thomas, the closest man to it, the corner, diving for it, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, Thomas was actually over the top. He was the deepest ahead of Wingo, and he couldn't catch up with it. So now you put yourself in a tough third down spot.
A third down and 14 for the Longhorns. And they'll send two receivers out wide right, one on the short side of the field, split left. Ball's on the left hash mark at the Texas 21-yard line. C.J. Baxter, the running back, offset to the left side of Arch Manning. Shotgun snap back to Manning on third down. Steps up in the pocket. Pressure coming. Goes across the middle, incomplete. He was trying to connect with Dalen McCutcheon, who was out there, the freshman out of Lovejoy High, 5'11", 179 pounds. Could not come up with it, so it winds up, because of the penalty, becoming a 3-and-out.
Now, you mentioned Jordan Pollard, and he was right at the knees of Arch Manning, kind of forced him to sling it in a little bit of an uncomfortable position. So San Jose State gets pressure, and they're going to get it quickly.
Well, Jack Bomeister had quite a debut for the Longhorns. Punted 4 times, average over 46 yards per punt, and put 3 inside the 20 last week. So he'll punt on fourth down. High kick. Jalen Thomas back deep to receive it, but it'll veer out of bounds. And we'll see what the total distance is on this, where it went out. It went out at the 41-yard line of San Jose State, so it's a 38-yard punt with no return, and San Jose State will go on the attack with Walker Eget, the quarterback, 6'3", 223-pound senior from Santa Clarita, California, completed 24 of 43 passes for 308 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions a week ago. They'll open up with Floyd Chalk IV, the running back. He carried it 11 times for 44 yards last week. Chalk offset to the left side of the quarterback, Eget. Ball is on the right hash mark at the Spartans' 41-yard line. Texas going 3-and-out. Now San Jose State with its first possession. They'll flex the tight end Jackson Kanan in motion, and on first down, it is a quick handoff to the right side, spinning through tackles. Good first down carry for Floyd Chalk. Leonga Lafau finally brought him down, but that's an 8-yard carry to the 49-yard line.
Well, San Jose State got in trouble last week against Central Michigan with 3 consecutive turnovers on offensive possessions. That's how they fell behind by 2 scores.
Second down and 2 for the Spartans from the San Jose State 49-yard line. Eget from the shotgun with a snap, turns, hands it to Chalk again. This time he's popped quickly and goes down a yard shy of the first down. Leonga Lafau hit him again. It's a 1-yard carry. Now it's third down and a yard for San Jose State.
Yeah, he shot through there, just got enough of Chalk's feet. Now you got to hurry up here on third down and short.
Third and a yard to go for the Spartans from midfield. Walker Eget, the quarterback. E-G-E-T is how he spells his name. And Eget from the shotgun as the snap, turns and flips it on a speed sweep, turn in the corner. Danny Scudero, he's got the first down and more, and steps out of bounds at the Texas 40. We mentioned Scudero had a big night catching the football last Friday night in the opening loss to Central Michigan. He caught 9 passes for 189 yards. They look at him as kind of their Julian Edelman, if you will.
Jelani McDonald had the only shot to keep him from getting the first down, but just couldn't quite get enough of him.
It was a 10-yard carry. Lamar Radcliffe now, a running back, offset to the right side of the quarterback, Walker Eget. The ball is at the Texas 40-yard line. Early stages of the ball game in the first quarter, no score. Off-play action, pass across the middle, tipped and incomplete. A couple of Longhorns around it. It was intended for Scudero, who was running the slant. And Anthony Hill and Grayson Littleton had the coverage.
Yeah, he get a little bit behind him with a lot of pace on that quick little turn in, and makes so much up about third down. First down so important. Look at, they got 1st and 8 and got the third down conversion on the last try.
Second down and 10 now at the Longhorn 40-yard line. Eget from the shotgun. And some movement. This should be a free play as Colin Simmons was coming early. The pass, well, they stop it before even it gets going. So we'll see if it was indeed encroachment. Here's the call.
Offside. Defense, number 1, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
And that's why they stopped the play, the unabated there, but it's a 5-yard walk-off, and now it brings up second down and 5 for San Jose State at the Texas 35-yard line. 12:18 to go in the opening quarter. Texas went 3 and out. San Jose State, following the punt, has moved it in the Longhorn territory. Second down and 5 for the Spartans. Floyd Chalk, the 4th, the running back now for the Spartans, and he draws the carry. Actually, it's Eget, all play action, throws it away. He was trying to go inside, cutting inside on the slant with Scudero, but the pass went outside, and Ethan Burke was bringing pressure. And so it's going to bring up third down and 5.
Yeah, brought Anthony Hill on a blitz, and that's what forced Eget to get rid of it.
So now third down and 5. The ball is at the 35-yard line. 2 receivers out wide right, 2 on the short side of the field, split to the left. Out of the shotgun, Walker Egan, a long count. Now has the snap. Back to throw. Pressure coming. Swings it over the middle. Sliding catch made. And that's a first down. Once more, a slant. This time to Cooper Hoke. The sophomore makes his first catch of the season, and that's a gain of 6 yards and a first down at the Texas 29. So on the move is San Jose State. First down and 10, the ball at the Texas 29-yard line. Played 3 minutes for the Spartans on the move. They have 3 receivers out wide left, one on the short side of the field, split to the right. And the running back is Floyd Chalk on first down and 10 from the right hash of the Texas 29. Shotgun snap back to Egan. Now pressure coming. Throws on the run downfield, and that is incomplete as he was trying to go toward the boundary to Cooper Hoke, but he was well covered by Jalen Gilbo.
Now, once again, Texas brings some pressure. Anthony Hill and Ethan Burke from the backside forcing the quicker throw and forces the 2nd and 10.
So second down and 10. The ball at the Texas 29-yard line. Chalk offset to the left side of Walker Egan. 3 receivers out to the left. One on the short side, split to the right. And it's a handoff to Floyd Chalk, turning the corner. Leonga Lafau kind of bounces off of him a couple of times, and Chalk winds up with a 6-yard carry to the 23-yard line before Leonga can wrap him up. Now it'll bring up 3rd down and short, 3rd and 4 to be exact, for the Spartans.
Chalk with a double punch stiff arm there on the foul.
So it's 3rd down and 4 for San Jose State. Three receivers out wide left for the Spartans. One on the short side of the field, split right. Ball is on the right hash mark at the Texas 23-yard line. Floyd Chalk, the 4th, is the running back. He now steps closer to the line. Shotgun snap back to Egan. Retreating. Being chased. Still retreating. All the way back to the 40. Still looking. Now he'll run, but he's going to be well short of the first down. In fact, we'll take a loss on the play. Flushed out nicely by the pressure the Longhorns were bringing. Leonga Lafau. And also out there, Zima Omozulu was in there. Zima is the 6'5", 262-pound redshirt freshman from Allen. So San Jose State will try to settle for a field goal. This is going to be a 47-yard try for Dennis Lynch, who missed both of his field goal tries a week ago.
And both were for the lead. One relatively manageable. The last one was a long one at the gun.
Trent Carrizosa, the punter, will hold. Here's the snap. Kick on the way. Plenty of leg, but it's too far right. It's no good. And San Jose State will come away empty-handed. So the Longhorn defense holds. Each team has had the football once, and each team unable to garner points out of it. 10:22 to go in the first quarter. The score, Texas nothing, San Jose State nothing, here on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield.
Decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds. Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, the sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Today's game is presented by St. David's Healthcare. Texas and San Jose State. Early moments in this football game scoreless. Will Matthews, how about your thoughts? First of all, the Longhorns, the penalty held them back on offense, and then on defense, having to stiffen there and flush Walker Egan out of the pocket and force them to settle for a long field goal try that was no good.
Yeah, less than 5 minutes gone in the game, and the Longhorns have 2 penalties. And what that really does is it siphons out the momentum. That play with DeAndre Moore coming around the side, that was kind of the play where all fans said, whoo, there it is, we're starting to move. And because of the penalty, they're back behind the chains, which they get the 3 and out, which makes it difficult. Texas is ready to play, and sometimes it feels like they may be a little bit too eager. And guys, my advice again, just relax, be yourself, play within your means. You got this.
See what they can do on first down. They put themselves in that hole with the holding penalty last time out, so they're anxious to get back out there. Yeah, keep saying that rhythm word, just haven't seen much of it from the offense.
C.J. Baxter remains the running back for Texas. Parker Livingston and Ryan Wingo are in slots out wide right. The tight end Jack Endry's tight to the formation on the short side to the left. Texas will open in the pistol with Baxter lined up directly behind the quarterback Arch Manning. From the left hash mark on first down, it is a handoff to Baxter. CJ up the middle, surges through 2-3 tacklers, and a gain of a couple. He'll take it to the 31-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Noah McNeil Franklin, the tackle for San Jose State. Nick Townsend is checked in at tight end, 6'3", 241-pound freshman out of Decaney High in the greater Houston area. So it is now 2nd down. Shotgun snap, back to throw. Manning flings it out high, but it is caught by Wingo, and that's enough for the first down. Out to the 41-yard line, a gain of 10. Jalen Thomas brought him down, a first down for Texas at the Longhorn 41.
C.J. Baxter, nice job with the blitz pickup right there. He would have had Manning pressure right in his face.
Endries checks back in at tight end, along with Spencer Shannon, 6'7", 252-pound sophomore from San Clemente, California, out of the Modern Day program. First down and 10. They'll shift the tight ends, one to either side of the formation. From the right hash, play action and rolling. Manning sets up a screen, backside screen, but Baxter blown up as soon as he caught the football by Noah McNeil Franklin. Zeroed in on him, and that's going to be a loss back to the 36-yard line, a loss of 5.
Well, you aren't kidding. Noah McNeil Franklin just sniffed that out. Brandon Baker just couldn't get there to get a block or any kind of pick on him just to keep him from diving at Baxter's legs.
So now it's 2nd down and 15. Parker Livingston is wide left. On the short side of the field, split right, is Ryan Wingo. Ball is on the right hash of the Texas 36. Under center, Manning to take the snap. Turns, play action, and Arch steps up in the pocket, steps around a tackle, and he'll take off. Manning to the 40, still on his feet to the 45-yard line. Goes Arch. That's a gain of 9. And finally brought down by Vili Tauafua. Noah McNeil Franklin in on the tackle as well. So now it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 at the Longhorn 45.
Nice move by Manning first to escape, and then in the middle of the field to pick up about 5 more yards. San Jose State bringing pressure just about every time.
3rd down and 6 for Texas at the Longhorn 45-yard line. Endries, the tight end, shifts tight to the formation from the right. Manning from the shotgun with a snap, and Arch looks to throw on 3rd down. Fires over the middle, in and out of the hands of Ryan Wingo. Wide open. And it'll bring up 4th down, and Texas will punt.
Yeah, that was just a drop, and we saw last week sometimes the receiver needs to help the quarterback. Sometimes the quarterback needs to help the receiver and put it right in his hands right there.
Wingo unable to hold it, and Bomeister to punt it again. Senior transfer from Bendigo, Australia, transferred in from Utah. Jalen Thomas back deep to receive it for San Jose State. 2 possessions, 2 punts. This one very high, and it will angle inside the 20. Fair catch called for and made at the 14-yard line by Jalen Thomas. That's a 41-yard punt with no return. 7:56 remaining in the first quarter. No score here in Austin. Texas nothing, and San Jose State nothing. Longhorn football continues in a moment.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
As an SEC fan, you know what extra is about. You see it every time your team leaves everything they've got out on the field. That's what a Regions Greenprint planning session with your banker feels like. Extra support, extra belief in you, and strategies that bring you extra financial confidence. We believe extra changes everything. And at Regions, extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Longhorns football brought to you in part by St. David's Healthcare, an official healthcare provider of Texas Athletics. The best is here. So, Longhorns have had the ball 2 possessions. Penalty hurt the first one, forced a punt. A drop on a shot across the middle. Manning putting it there for Ryan Wingo, unable to hold it. That leads to a second punt. Two offensive possessions, 2 punts.
Yeah, and a negative play on that screen pass to C.J. Baxter. Then Manning makes the nice play under pressure to get positive yardage, and that kind of goes back to what Sark said last week after the game, was it took Arch to a while to trust his athletic ability, and we saw him run a little bit more last week, and that was obviously not a scheduled run, but still made a nice move and picked up about 8 yards on that carry. But now the defense. All right, you got San Jose State pinned back. Longhorns have brought a lot of pressure on that first drive. See if the defense can make something happen and kind of flip this thing. You feel like a little bit sluggish for the Longhorns fans. Want to see this offense get going. Defense can help that cause.
Well, Matthews, if you're Chris Jackson, the Longhorns receivers coach, what do you say to a guy like Ryan Wingo, who obviously has the capability of making big plays, but had a drop or 2 last week, and that was a drop there?
The thing is Ryan Wingo knew he dropped that. As a coach, you don't want to go in restating what happened. You want to go in and say, hey, I still got my trust in you. You're our number one guy. We believe in you. Bro, we can't have that, of course, but you got this. And see how he plays. It's a long game. He's going to get another opportunity. I know it.
Second possession for San Jose State begins at the Spartans' 14-yard line. Floyd Chalk, the fourth, the running back. He'll line up in the pistol. Behind the quarterback, Walker Egat. One receiver on the short side of the field, split to the left. Make it 2 now with a tight end in motion and 2 wide right. Shotgun snap, pass over the middle, incomplete. Boy, Malik Muhammad had really tight coverage on Leland Smith, the intended receiver.
And again, pressure. They brought Leonga Lafau right up the middle on a little bit of a delayed blitz there.
Hero Canoe, Cole Brevard in the middle of that defensive front. Colin Simmons on the outside, along with Zena Omozalu, and it is 2nd down and 10 from the 14-yard line of San Jose State. Out of the shotgun, blitz look from the Longhorns, long count from Egat, and he has the snap, back to throw, flings it out right side, ball caught for a gain of 5 yards by Scudero. Catching up to him was Kobe Black, a 6'2", 200-pound freshman from Waco College. There's movement, however, I think it's going to cost the Spartans 5.
Remains 2nd down.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a shift in the backfield, I think, and I think that's what cost him 5 yards on that. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 15 back at the 9-yard line. Instead of it being a 5-yard play and being 3rd and 5, it's 2nd and 15. Floyd Chalk back in the ball game, offset to the left side of Egat. 2 receivers wide right, 2 on the short side, split left. Ball was on the left hash at the San Jose State 9-yard line. On 2nd down and 15, Egat, shotgun snap, back to throw, pumps, looks, pressure coming, they hit him as he throws, and it's incomplete. Bearing down on him, Zena Omozalu almost came up with a sack for a safety, and Cole Brevard bringing the heat as well.
Well, Egat had to get rid of it, or it would have been a sack, but for a safety, but he just kind of floated it out there, and the closest jerseys were Littleton and Hill for Texas.
So now it's 3rd down and 15. From the 9-yard line. Crowd making some noise now here in that south end zone. Eget retreats into the shotgun. Chalk offset to his right. 2 receivers out wide right. 1 on the short side of the field and a slot for the left. On 3rd down, shotgun snap. It's a delayed draw. Chalk cuts it upfield, but the Longhorns respond. Ethan Burke runs him down at the 14-yard line. Chalk able to regain the 5 yards lost on the penalty, but nothing more than that. It's a 3 and out for San Jose State, and the Spartans will punt on 4th down and 10.
Yeah, and Texas was ready for that. They kept those linebackers and safeties up a little bit, spying and making sure they didn't get something in the middle of the field and pop a big one.
So, punt to come for Trent Carrizosa, a junior from San Jose. Punted last week 5 times for 50 yards. Deep snapper is A.J. Campos, a senior transfer from Sacramento State. Here's the kick, and they're going to run over the punter. Longhorns came after the punt. Ryan Niblett fields it. Longhorns had the punt block on, but they ran into Trent Carrizosa.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. Defense, number 16. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. 1st down.
Well, they called it on Michael Tapp, and Tapp got so close to getting the punt block a week ago against Ohio State. Got close enough to hit Carrizosa, but missed the ball. So it's a 15-yard walk-off and a 1st down. Out. 1st and 10 for San Jose State at the 29-yard line.
Well, Taft got him first, but Malik Muhammad also came in and really delivered a pretty sizable hit. And now you got to trot your defense back on the field, trying to make something happen there, but that's what you risk.
Colton Bosick in on the defensive front, the 6'5", 250-pound sophomore out of Westlake High in the Austin area. A couple of former Westlake chaparrals on the flanks of defensive ends, Ethan Burke and Colton Bosick. Lamar Radcliffe, the running back, offset to the right side of the quarterback, Walker Egan, on 1st down and 10. Handoff, Radcliffe cuts up field, stepped out of 2 tackles, and winds up with a nice gain out to the 37-yard line, a pickup of 8 yards before Ty Anthony Smith, the tackle. Smith, the sophomore from Jasper at 6'1" and 216 pounds. Now it's 2nd down and 2. From the 37, Scudero is in a slot to the right. Wide right is Kyrie Scholes, 182-pound junior from Las Vegas, Nevada. And 1 receiver on the short side, Leland Smith, split to the left. And 2nd down and 2 out of the pistol set for San Jose State. It is a handoff up the middle, and that'll be enough for the 1st down to the 40-yard line, a 3-yard carry for Lamar Radcliffe. Marad Watson, the tackle. Another move of the chains and a 1st down for the Spartans.
Yeah, pretty good push right there by that San Jose State front. Allow the 1st down, and
so it's 1st and 10. The ball at the 40. Clock moving down toward 5.5 minutes remaining in a scoreless 1st quarter. Eget look to the side. Now steps back into the shotgun. His receivers bunched tight to the formation. 3 to the right and 1 to the left on 1st down. Now Scudero shifts in motion to the right, and Eget out of the shotgun has the snap. Looks to throw with some time, going deep down the right sideline for Scudero. Too much on it, incomplete. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield. Second down and 10 for San Jose State from the Spartans' 40-yard line. No score here. 5:07 to go in the 1st quarter. Walker Eget from the shotgun. On 2nd down and 10, Eget has it, turns, hands the ball off to Radcliffe to the 40, right to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard for Lamar Radcliffe. Hero Canoe ensured that it wasn't going to be more than 1 yard on the carry, and it brings up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, Scudero got some space on the last pass attempt on Grayson Littleton, but if Hero Canoe didn't get held on that last play, prior to that run, it was the closest thing you could be to not being a holding penalty.
Trey Moore checks back in at linebacker, or defensive edge for Texas, with Ty Anthony Smith in the middle at linebacker. On 3rd down, the ball at the 41-yard line of San Jose State. 3 receivers out wide right, 1 on the short side of the field, split left. Floyd Chalk, the 4th, the running back. Shotgun snap, back to Eget, deep downfield, and Scudero unable to hold it. It's out in front of him, but Jelani McDonald giving chase, And now San Jose State will punt for a second time in this possession. The first one, of course, extended the drive due to a roughing the kicker call.
Well, and it also obviously changed the field position. Texas was going to get great field position on that punt, but now they have it out at the 41-yard line.
So, Trent Carrizosa kicked the first time, but roughing the kicker called, so this will officially be his first punt. Snap back to him, sky-high kick, and Ryan Niblett retreating inside the 15, fields it at the 10 and wrapped up. Now, Warren Roberson tried to throw a block there. Good concentration by Niblett to field it, but he's dropped in his tracks at the 10-yard line by Caleb Presley on it. So it's a punt of 49 yards with no return. And with 4:10 remaining in the first quarter, Longhorns with their third offensive possession. Coming up, no score on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
On the go and want to stay connected to live college sports anywhere in the country? Well, download the free Varsity Network app. Available on Apple and Android. With new features this season, it's easier than ever to listen live and keep up with your favorite teams. Don't miss a moment. Get the Varsity Network app now. Longhorns with their third possession coming up. 4:10 to go here in the first quarter. It is scoreless, Texas and San Jose State. That roughing penalty, Longhorns would have had the ball around midfield. San Jose State got a fresh set of downs, and now it turns into about a 40-yard difference because Texas will take over at their own 10-yard line.
So Will Matthews, the last time Longhorns had the football, would have had the first down, and they couldn't connect. Manning trying to get Ryan Wingo, and he had a drop there. How do you see the offense going about it here? We've seen a mixture of the run and the pass in the first two possessions.
You know, what has been really a bright spot for the Longhorns on the offensive side is their creativity. It came out and they've done a couple of things that you haven't seen, especially with that reverse with Moore. Of course, it had the penalty that pulled it back, but it feels as if the guys are trying hard instead of executing. It's very, very close, and there's a lot of passion out there, but you got to be able to catch the ball. You got to be able to run the ball, and I do feel like this is a good time for the guys to settle in and run the ball.
Well, we're going to see Christian Clark in the backfield for the first time this season, the 6', 212-pound redshirt freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, who missed all of last year, out injured, but showed some promise before the injury in fall camp last year. Clark will line up to the left side of Arch Manning. Two receivers wide right for the Longhorns. Ball is on the left hash mark of the Texas 10-yard line on first down. Handoff, Clark cuts it up the middle for a gain of a couple to the 12-yard line before he's wrapped up by Gafafaga, the senior nose guard for the Spartans.
So far, the middle of that San Jose State defense has been good. Just 3 carries by running backs, but 3 carries for about 4 yards.
2 on that carry, and it's second down and 8 for Texas. Parker Livingston out wide left. tight end Jack Hendries motions to the left side. Ryan Wingo on the short side split right. On second down, handoff, Clark again. Sheds one tackler out over the 15, 17-yard line. A gain of 5 more. Where he's wrapped up at the 17-yard line by Taniela Latu. And it brings up 3rd down and 3 for the Horns. They're quickly to the line of scrimmage now. Kristen Clark checks out. C.J. Baxter back on the field for the Horns. And on 3rd down, Wingo will shift wide left. Parker Livingston in the slot on the left side of the formation. The tight end, Jack Hendries, tight to the formation on the short side of the right, along with the second tight end, Spencer Shannon. Now Hendries shifts in motion. On 3rd down, shotgun snap, Manning, a pump, looks, going deep up the left boundary. He's got Livingston open with a catch at the 40, to midfield, down the sidelines, the 40, the 30, save tonight to this one. Parker Livingston, the catch and run, and it goes for an 83-yard touchdown.
Now there's a way to get jump-started there, a little pump and go, and Parker Livingston. Jalen Appellate-Williams slipped on the play. Now, Livingston was going to make the play, but when he slipped, that was it. Lights out. Livingston's going to the house.
And by the way, you heard me call him because his name is spelled Livingstone, like Livingstone, and we called him that, but we found out now he prefers Livingston. Mr. Livingston, I presume, to the house for the touchdown, and on for the conversion, Mason Shipley. 6 foot, 187-pound senior transfer from Liberty Hill, transferred in from Texas State. Out of the hold of the punter, Jack Bomeister, and snap from Lance St. Louis. 6 foot, 224-pound senior from Gilbert, Arizona. 90 yards and 3 plays, taking 118 off the clock. This season, Allstate will make a contribution to the University of Texas General Scholarship Fund for every field goal and extra point made by Texas. Thanks to Allstate, you're in good hands. And, Will, I want to ask you about not so much the move that Livingston made, and it was a great run after the catch, but how about the little shoulder shimmy from Arch at first before connecting with Livingston on the big strike?
So my advice to this team in the beginning of the game was relax, do your job, enjoy your job. And when he's doing that, you know that he really enjoys his job. But if we back up just a little bit, those 2 runs by Christian Clark really put San Jose State back on their heels. Way he is able to execute and move the ball is what Texas needs right now. I said coming out of the break, they had got to run the ball. They did that, which set up Livingston. And Livingston is my gamer of the year. I'm excited to watch him do his thing this year. We're going to see something special from that guy.
Yeah, but there you go, giving credit to a running back again. No, I'm in complete agreement with you. Will Stone will kick it off. A 6 foot, 195-pound senior from the Regents School. It was good to see Christian Clark out there. A couple of productive carries to set the stage for the 83-yard touchdown. Kickoff from Stone out of the back of the end zone, unreturnable. And San Jose State will start from the 25-yard line. That ignites the crowd a bit here, and certainly that Texas bench.
Well, and that C word, confidence, and all of a sudden Arch sees something really good happen. The offense sees something good. Longest pass play last year was Arch to Wingo for 75, so 87 this year. I'll go back at least a couple of years. We'll go back in the books and see the last time they had one that long.
Lance Jackson checks in along the defensive front for the Longhorns out of Pleasant Grove High in the Texarkana area. 6'5", 254-pound freshman. And Brad Spence in at linebacker, the 6'2", 241-pound junior transfer out of Klein Forest in the Houston area, transferred in from Arkansas. Floyd Chalk, the 4th, is the running back for San Jose State. Walker Eget, the quarterback, in the shotgun off the right hash, and on 1st and 10 for the 25. He's being chased, hit as he throws, ball's tipped, picked up by Jalen Gilbo. Gilbo on the tip drill, comes down with it at the San Jose State 34-yard line. Marwan Watson and Lance Jackson really brought the pressure. And then Gilbo, Johnny on the spot as he pulls down the tip drill pick.
Yeah, that's where it all started, Craig. You're right. Not only the pressure, but pressure right up the middle to Eget. Had to get rid of it. And Jalen Gilbo comes up with the pick. And how about that for back-to-back plays for a crowd here in the home opener was looking for something to kind of take the lid off.
There's the turnover that Sark talked about in the pregame. Neto Amozalu, 6'4", 325-pound junior from Allen, the brother of Zena is in on the offensive front for Texas at left guard. From the left hash mark, C.J. Baxter, the running back for the Longhorns, on 1st down and 10. Shotgun snap to Manning, turns and hands it, and breaking outside is Baxter, still on his feet inside the 25 and has a 1st down. Down to the 21-yard line. Larry Turner Gooden, the one-time Texas Longhorn, the junior from Los Angeles, California, on the tackle, but it's a 14-yard gain. 13-yard gain to the 21.
Boy, DeAndre Moore doing a nice job blocking downfield. He talked a lot about Jordan Whittington was kind of his mentor.
On 1st and 10 off the right hash. Shotgun snap Manning, swings it out, receiver screen left side, ball caught. This time by Wingo, and he takes it inside the 20 and down to the 17-yard line. Jordan Pollard on the tackle. Will, that's one thing that helped keep a receiver's confidence. Quick screen like that, turn it into something easy and a good gainer.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really important thing, and it's an extension of the running game. You get up there, you get 7-8 yards moving forward with a strong run, and then get it to your receiver. Let them move in space, spreads out the defense, and opens up the middle of the field.
Spencer Shannon and Nick Townsend check in at tight end for the Longhorns. On 2nd down and 6, the ball at the Spartan 17. Handoff, Baxter cuts it inside to the 15, has a 1st down inside the 10, and C.J. Baxter is down to the 9-yard line. 8-yard carry, and it'll be 1st and goal Texas at the 9-yard line.
Really nice job by Nick Townsend there to open up that cutback lane for Baxter.
Inside a minute 20 to go in the first quarter. Jack Hendricks checks back in at tight end, as does Jordan Washington, the 6'4", 264-pound redshirt freshman out of Langham Creek in the Houston area. So 2 tight ends in the ballgame. DeAndre Moore and Ryan Wingo both on the short side of the field, split to the left. The lineup in the pistol with Baxter directly behind Manning. Handoff, C.J. Baxter cuts inside. C.J. to the 5, to the 4, and is down to the 3-yard line before he's brought down. Almost was able to break it in to the end zone, but they'll mark it at the 3, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Tackle made by Justin Stearns. Under a minute remaining in the quarter, and the Longhorns trying to pick up a 2nd touchdown before the first quarter expires. Parker Livingston back in. He'll replace the 2nd tight end, Jordan Washington. San Jose State switches out defensive personnel. Under a half-minute remaining in the quarter. Baxter remains the running back. He's all set to the right side of Arch Manning. Ryan Wingo wide left. Nearest the boundary on the right is DeAndre Moore. Shifts in motion back to the left, and it's a handoff. No, it's Manning pulling it back in. Across the middle, caught. Touchdown, Parker Livingston again. Parker Livingston has scored every Texas touchdown this season. 83 yards, and that one 3 yards.
Well, that's a staple in this Texas passing game. We saw it so many times with Quinn Ewers, the little play action, the slant right there in the end zone, and yeah, Parker, what's that old saying? All he does is catch touchdowns. Well, he's got 3 in probably about his last 6 catches.
For the conversion, Mason Shipley out of Jack Bomeester's hold, and Lance St. Louis with the snap. 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and the Longhorns with 2 quick strike touchdowns here before the quarter is complete, and the kick is good. And it's 14-0 Longhorns with 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Will, I'm going to agree with you again. You know, the running game helped set up that pass, and we talked about that quick hitter to Wingo, but then back into C.J. Baxter on a couple of very productive runs to set the stage for the short touchdown pass from Manning to Livingston.
Yeah, that's such an important thing, and kudos to Livingston. What he's got, like 3 catches on the season, 3 touchdowns. That's a really, really good touchdown ratio right there. Good job. But yeah, just as we were talking about earlier, leaning on your backs, Christian Clark earlier, and also C.J. Baxter now, pushing the pile forward, getting the defense on the heels, and now the defense has to focus on the running game and fit there so that they don't give up the long run, but really opens the door for the passing game. I'm excited to see what Coach Sark starts to dial up, especially as they begin to open up this offense, and it looks like Arch is starting to get comfortable. Let's go.
Well, Will Stone had an unreturnable kick on the kickoff a few minutes ago. This one is returnable, however, but a fair catch is signaled for by Jabari Bates, so it will come out on the 25-yard line in any event.
Well, you have to go back 8 years, Craig, the last time they had a longer pass play, and that was 2017. Sam Ellinger to John Burt for a 90-yard touchdown. That 87-yard touchdown from Arch to Livingston, the longest in 8 years.
So, from the 25, Lamar Radcliffe will be the running back on 1st down and 10. Out of the pistol set, Eget, a play fake, throws to the right side. Ball is caught out of the 30 to the 32-yard line by Cooper Hoke. Hoke with the catch on the final play of the first quarter. The tackle made by Trey Moore. So the Longhorns, a couple of quick touchdowns before the first quarter's in the books. And at the end of one, here in Austin, the score is Texas 14, San Jose State nothing. Texas Longhorn football continues in a moment.
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit DirecTV.com today. DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Texas Athletics. Internet-connected Gemini device and separate subscriptions required. New residential customers auto-renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Equipment lease required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card and restrictions apply.
Hey Longhorns, when you bring Hellman's creamy buffalo chicken dip to the watch party, you can be a couch coach, cheer too loud, or worse, bring a friend who knows nothing about football.
How do they get the yellow line to move on the field?
Because when you do dip with Hellman's, you can do no wrong. That's a Hail Mayo. Hellman's, official mayonnaise sponsor of Texas Athletics. Bring out the best.
When faced with a disaster, the Cotton companies never drop the ball. As the trusted recovery partner of global businesses, Cotton is proud to provide property restoration, construction, roofing, temporary housing, culinary, and environmental support services. We're also back to battle for the long-standing Texas rivalry as official sponsor of Texas Athletics and the official sponsor of the Lone Star Showdown. One call, one team. Total recovery. Learn more at cottoncompanies.com.
Mike Coulter back inside the Learfield Network studios with this look back at the first quarter. Texas got the football to start the game and got a 20-yard gain, but it was negated due to a hold, and really that thwarted the whole drive as the Longhorns would go 3 and out and would punt it away to the Spartans. San Jose State had a decent drive going, went 10 plays, 30 yards on their opening drive, but Dennis Lynch's 47-yard field goal attempt was wide to the right. The Longhorns took over at their own 29-yard line. They would get 1 first down, but a drop pass on 3rd down and 6 would force the Longhorns to punt it away. San Jose State would go 3 and out on their ensuing drive and punt, but Texas roughed the punter, and it was the personal foul variety, so 15 yards and a fresh set of downs for them. They would get 1 first down, though, and that would be it, and would punt it back to Texas. Then the Longhorns got it going on offense. 3rd down and 3 at their own 17-yard line. Arch Manning hooks up with Parker Livingston for an 83-yard touchdown. 3 plays, 90 yards, a minute 18 off the clock, 7-0 Texas. Next drive for San Jose State. Walker Eget's pass intercepted by Jalen Gilbo at the San Jose State 34-yard line. Some hard running was followed from C.J. Baxter, and on 2nd and goal at the 3, Manning hooked up again with Livingston for the 3rd time this season, this time from 3 yards out, 14-0 Texas. San Jose State has the football as we begin the second quarter, and we send it back now to Austin inside DKR Texas Memorial Stadium with Craig, Roger, and Will. Guys?
Mike, thanks very much. Nobody supports their team like a Texan. Learn how Texas Mutual Insurance Company is helping to build a stronger, safer Texas at texasmutual.com/TexansGetIt. It certainly seemed as though the Longhorns got it. That clicked after the first 2 possessions went empty, but they were able to get enough stops. 1 missed field goal for San Jose State, then a 3 and out, and then after that long punt, 90-yard drive in 3 plays, an 83-yard touchdown pass to Parker Livingston, and then off the turnover, something Sark had said was missing last week. Said, got to get turnovers. They got it on the tip drill interception by Jalen Gilbo, and it set up the 3-yard touchdown pass to Livingston. So now San Jose State with a 2nd down and 3 from the Spartan 32-yard line. Lamar Radcliffe, the running back, and it's a handoff to Radcliffe, cuts it upfield, and he's got a 1st down. At 35, but the ball popped out. Longhorns say they have a fumble. No indication yet from the officials. Texas said they came up with a fumble recovery. Ty Anthony Smith may have pulled it out. The Longhorns say they've got it. Still waiting The officials talking about it as if to say, did you see it? Did you see a fumble? Longhorns really doing their best. Here comes the call.
The ruling on the field is the runner lost possession of the ball. The ball was recovered by the defense. First down, Texas.
So, it is a fumble recovery, and it's Ty Anthony Smith who made that happen for the Longhorns. We just talked about getting turnovers. Here's the second one.
Well, interesting that they make it. Usually they just make the signal and then they go through all the procedures if they're going to take a look. It was almost like the announcement after a review. So
yeah, let's explain it first and then look at it is what they were doing there. Ball, yeah, it looked like it did come down before the elbow hit, but they may review this.
Yeah, and Ty Anthony Smith did it all. If it stands, he stripped it and he recovered it. I think you're right. I think that right elbow came down after that ball was jarred loose.
Yeah, I think Ty Anthony had it in his possession. Yep. Looking at it now, the hand is on the turf, but the ball is in Ty Anthony's grasp. This should stand, or as they like to say now, what is it? They don't say call stands or call confirmed. When they confirm it.
Still learning my right from left. That was his left elbow Michael Tapp came in, laid a blow, but it was Ty Anthony Smith ripping it away as he's bringing him down. Getting a look from the back, but that doesn't help because we don't know if
and they're looking to see if the thigh or the knee was down before Ty Anthony had the ball in his grasp. It looked like he had it in his grasp even before the knee touched down, but that's what they're reviewing right now. So, under the review and looking into the viewfinder is Daniel Gautreaux. He's the referee today in this crew. The umpire is Ryan Olds. The head linesman, Ryan Hagan. The line judge is Jeremiah Harris. Zach Sanders, the field judge, the back judge, rather. The field judge is Jay Brown. Cedric Clark is the side judge. The center judge is Ryan Smith.
You know, Sark was asked about turnovers on Monday, and he said, you know, there is an art form to it, and said we teach our guys, you get the guy, and then you go for the football. Here's gonna get the call now.
After video review, the call on the field is upheld. First down, Texas.
That's the word we're talking about. Upheld. Upheld. No more stands, no more confirmed, just upheld.
But what I was saying was Smith did exactly what Sark was talking to us about, and that's you get the runner, and then you go for the football. So you don't sacrifice missing a tackle. Now, late in the ballgame, it all changes sometimes, and that's exactly what Ty Anthony Smith did right there.
And Sark has really lauded Ty Anthony throughout the fall camp workout, said he had a really good fall camp. And the young man from Jasper creates and recovers a fumble.
See if they maybe take a shot with number 1 over there who split out to the left to Arch Manning on that sudden change.
He's in the slot on the left is Ryan Wingo. C.J. Baxter's the running back. He's going to line up in the pistol behind Manning. 2 tight ends on the field, Jordan Washington and Jack Endries. Those 2 have shuttled in and out along with Spencer Shannon and Nick Townsend. Right now it's Endries and Washington. From the left hash at the Spartan 36. Play action. Yep, Manning looking. Still looking. Fires deep over the middle. Endries the catch. Jack Endries his first Texas Longhorn touchdown. Arch Manning had plenty of time to throw. Endries into the slot wide open with a catch. A 36-yard score.
Now that's the key, Craig, as Arch had a chance to survey the field, just stayed right in the pocket. I think he was looking for Wingo, was going back across the field, and then Endries right down the seam. And how about that in a sequence of plays for the Longhorns going back to the 3rd down touchdown to Livingston?
And I agree with you. I think he gave a look toward Ryan Wingo, was cutting across the middle, but he was still tightly covered. And then all of a sudden there was Endries all by himself. Mason Shipley for the conversion. And that kick is good. One thing that Jeff Banks, special teams coach, was talking to us about on Longhorn Weekly the other night. He said he's so pleased to have seniors there in the placement game. Shipley the kicker, the punter, Bo Meester the holder, and Lance St. Louis, Mr. Reliable, as the snapper, and so that goes through. So all of 15 seconds into quarter number 2, and it's a 3-score lead. Texas 21, San Jose State nothing, here on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
.45 to go in the second quarter. Longhorns lead San Jose State 21-0. Hey, Longhorns, score a taste touchdown at your next tailgate with Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Texas athletics.
Want to thank those of you tuned in all across the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield. Hey, for our friends out in the Concho Valley, maybe you're on your way to or from Zentner's Daughter for lunch or whatever, but glad to have you tuned in to KCLL 100.1 FM. Also in Abilene on KWKC AM 1340. In Crockett on KIVY 102.9 FM. Out in Midland on KMND AM 1510. In Houston on Sports Talk 790 KBME. In the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, News Radio 1080 KRLD. And, of course, our flagship stations in Austin. Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, 98.1 FM KVIT FM, the home of Austin's all-time country favorites. 103.1 FM, Austin's 80s station. All of these and many, many others. Glad to have you with us on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield. Glad to have you tuned in on Sirius XM Satellite Radio, Channel 84. We catch all kinds of great college football games and programs. Hello to those of you tuned in on the Varsity Network app, Texas Longhorns app, wherever and however you may be listening. Thanks for joining us today. Craig Wayne, Roger Wallace, Will Matthews with you, and the Longhorns with a 21-0 lead. It only took them one play to move it 8 seconds to move it 36 yards on the touchdown pass to Jack Endries. A third kickoff, a third touchback, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. Live from the capital of the great state of Texas, you're listening to Texas Longhorns football from Learfield. San Jose State will operate from its own 25-yard line. Boyd Chalk, the fourth running back. That lineup, believe in the pistol. We'll see how they set up formation. Actually, he'll line up offset to the left of the quarterback, Walker Eget. From the right hash mark at the 25-yard line, first down and 10, San Jose State. Texas with a 21-0 lead early second quarter. Handoff, and Chalk cut it back. Nice cutback run, but it only worked for a 2-yard carry. Colin Simmons turning that play inside with help from Anthony Hill.
Yeah, Travis Shaw also getting some penetration there. The transfer from North Carolina that goes 342 in the middle.
Travis from my hometown of Greensboro, North Carolina, 342-pound senior transferred in from the University of North Carolina. Second down and 8 from the 27. Shotgun snap, still looking. Eget dodged one man and could not dodge the second. He got away from Ethan Burke. He could not escape Colin Simmons, who wraps him up for a loss of 5 on the sack.
Yeah, you said it, though. Ethan Burke's the one that got it all started. He turned, and then he met number 1, and also Murad Watson was in there as well.
So it's back to the 22-yard line. And it's now 3rd down and 13 for the Spartans.
You say they come in bunches, Craig. 2 turnovers and a sack in the last several plays.
Looking for all of that penetration. They have it. Floyd Chalk, the 4th, the running back, offset to the left side of the quarterback, Walker Eget. 3 receivers out wide left for the Spartans. And on 3rd down, it's a delayed draw, and here is Chalk trying to turn it upfield. There's a flag down, and the ball's loose and picked up outside. Trey Moore, touchdown Texas, scoop and score, Trey Moore.
Flag is down.
We'll check the flag. I think it was going to go against the Spartans anyway. Here's the call.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense, returned to the 1-yard line. Holding, offense, number 72. Penalty is declined. 1st down, Texas.
So, not a touchdown at the 1-yard line, but Anthony Hill and Ty Anthony Smith punched the ball out. It'll be 1st and goal, Texas at the 1-yard line.
Well, it's raining turnovers now, and Trey Moore, he was so close to getting to the end zone, but again, the defense doing the job on the football. That's just like what happened last week. 3 consecutive possessions for San Jose State. They were right in the ball game last week, obviously right in the ball game this week, and now Texas has a chance to bust this thing open.
Longhorns will go to the 1-yard line, and Chalk popped pretty hard. Scooped up by Trey Moore. And Moore will take it all the way down. I thought he had stepped in. They ruled that he stepped out of bounds and that the ball was outside of the pylon. That's why it was not a touchdown. Baxter lines up as running back under center. Arch Manning takes the snap. 1st down, handoff. C.J. Baxter dives for the end zone. He did not get in. He elevated but was left short. And looking at that other play, like we said, Trey Moore had the ball outside the pylon when he stepped through out of bounds, and that's why it was not ruled a touchdown. But it's now second with 1-yard line.
Well, there's 2 tight ends in, but good penetration from San Jose State, and inside the 1-yard line.
Trevor Gooseby checks back in at left tackle for Texas. Longhorns have 3 tight ends in the ball game. Make it 4 because 1 is the blocking H-back. And on 2nd and goal, handoff, Baxter bursting off the right side and into the end zone for a touchdown. C.J. Baxter back to the touchdown. Department the Longhorns after missing all of last season takes it across.
Yeah, no need to dive there. Push the pile there. They just opened the hole on the right side. Baxter, 6th career touchdown to Texas.
Longhorns had 4 tight ends there. 2 H-backs, 2 tight ends. Jack Hendry, Spencer Shan, Jordan Washington, and also Nick Townsend. Oh, and now, shot block. It's going to come back and it's going to be disallowed. Well, Daniel Gotro, I did not see given an announcement on it, but they have indicated the chop block. So it's all the way back to the 16-yard line now. So no touchdown.
You're going to call it on Cole Hudson.
So now back to the 16-yard line where it's 2nd down and goal. 2nd and goal from the 16. Manning with the snap. Arch looking. Still fired across the middle. Caught. Touchdown, Jack Hendrys. 2 touchdown catches for Parker Livingston, and now 2 for Jack Hendrys as the Longhorns cash in the San Jose State turnover.
Well, that was a dart thrown by Arch. Manning, that's 4 touchdowns in his last 5 pass attempts.
So the Longhorns, despite the chop block penalty, still turned the turnover into a touchdown. And now for a 4th extra point, Mason Shipley on to kick it.
Shipley gets to attempt the point after.
Shipley out of Jack Bomeester's hold. Lance St. Louis the snap, the spot, the kick is good. 12:56 remaining here in the first half. This season, Allstate will make a contribution to the University of Texas General Scholarship Fund for every field goal and extra point made by Texas. Thanks to Allstate, you're in good hands. So the 21-yard fumble return set up officially a 2-play, 1-yard drive that ends with a 16-yard touchdown pass. Such is the way of things affected by penalties. Only took 25 seconds, and now it's 28-0 Longhorns.
Well, Jack Henry's caught 56 passes at Cal last year, 2 for touchdowns. He's already got 2 touchdowns here for Texas in the second quarter.
So Will Stone to kick it off again for the Longhorns. His first 3 touchdowns have all been, after the touchdowns, all 3 kickoffs have been touchbacks, as will this one. Hey, Will Matthews, you liking what you're seeing out there with the turnovers turning into points?
You know, and that is when football is so sweet, when the offense and the defense are riffing off each other. It's like good jazz, baby. It's like good jazz, you know? I really feel like the pressure's off. The guys scored. I think the question coming in, probably in their heads, and what I would have been asking myself, can we even do it? Are we who we think we are? And the guys have the talent. They are what we think they are. They can do it. They just need a little bit of confidence and a little bit of time to work it out. I'm happy to see Arch excited, and these guys with some smiles on their faces.
For those who were wondering what Sark was talking about when he mentioned complementary football, you're seeing it right now. First down and 10. Shotgun snap. Eget looks downfield, swings it right side, ball caught, 30-35, and a first down to the 36-yard line. And the catch made by Tuli Tagovailoa Amosa. A catch and a run for a first down, but it's coming back. And it's another penalty, a hold that'll bring it back. Longhorns have Justice Terry out there defensively for Texas along the defensive front. 6'5", 268-pound freshman from Manchester, Georgia. So Terry on the defensive front. Colin Simmons out there. Colton Vosick on the edge. And in the middle is Murad Watson. So first down and 20 now. And Eget with the shotgun snap, looks to the right side, pass is caught out of the 20-25. They quickly gain back the penalty yardage. Kyrie Scholes on the catch. So a 10-yard hit out to the 25-yard line.
Oh, that time Texas rushed just 3, dropped in coverage.
So now it is second down and 10 from the 25. Jabari Bates is the running back now for San Jose State. Offset to the right side of Walker Eget, the quarterback, on second down. It is play action, a pass over the middle. Ball is caught, and that'll be enough for the first down on the slant to Kyrie Scholes. Was a step in front of Jalen Gilbo, finally brought him down, but that one goes for 16 yards and a first down out to the Spartan 41.
Yeah, they go with that quick passing game. He threw a dart there to Scholes.
First down and 10, San Jose State at the Spartan 41. 11 and a half minutes remaining in the first half. Texas with a 28-0 lead. On the right hash at the Spartan 41. Walker Eget at quarterback. Some movement on left side. Should be a free play because Colin Simmons was coming free. The pass is thrown downfield. It's caught. And that'll be a first down. Again, it's Kyrie Scholes. There's going to be a free play as Colin Simmons anticipating the snap count was across the line.
In the neutral zone at the snap. The penalty is declined. First down.
Yeah, they'll decline that penalty and take the result of the play, 17 yards and a first down. The ball is at the 42-yard line of Texas. Clock moving down toward 11 minutes remaining in the first half. 3 receivers out wide left. One in a slot on the short side. That's Kyrie Scholes, the man who's made those 2 catches on this march. He split to the right. First and 10 from the right hash to the Texas 42. There's a handoff to Bates, turns upfield inside the 40, 38. Driving forward, Travis Shaw on the tackle, but a nice first down carry of 5 yards to the 37-yard line. One coming from Jabari Bates. We just checked in at running back. Bates is a junior from Compton, California, out of St. John Bosco. 2nd down and 5 at the Longhorn 37-yard line. 3 receivers bunched tight to the formation on the left. 1, Kyrie Scholes in a slot on the short side, split right. Shotgun snap, back to Egan. He's looking left, retreating, sends it across the middle. Ball caught by Scholes again. There's that man. 3 catches on the drive for Kyrie Scholes. Kobe Black made the tackle, but that's going to go as another first down, 15 yards.
Now, again, the time is the key for Egan. He had plenty of time surveying the field.
So the ball is at the Texas 22-yard line. First down and 10 for San Jose State. The lineup in the pistol with Bates, the running back, 2 receivers, make it 3 out wide left and 1 on the short side, split to the right. Off the right hash of the Longhorn 22. Handoff now to Bates inside the 20, and he'll surge forward down, I think, close to the 18-yard line before Ethan Burke can make the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it's 2nd down and 6. 2nd down and 6 for San Jose State. Again, 3 receivers out wide left for the Spartans, and 1 on the short side of the field and a slot to the right. Ball's on the right hash mark of the Texas 18-yard line. Clock moving, 9:10 remaining in the first half. A 28-0 Longhorn lead. Out of the pistol set, Walker Egan with the snap, turns and hands up, pulls it back in, over the middle, ball caught, and it'll be 1st and goal. That time it's Danny Scudero, wrapped up by Michael Taft. That's a gain of 14 more, and that'll take it down inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal at the Texas 4-yard line. 1st and goal at the 4. San Jose State making substitutions. Longhorns checking their assignments. Spartans, their best drive of the ball game so far, knock it on the door, trying to get on the scoreboard here. Ball on the right hash at the Longhorn 40-yard line. And on 1st and goal, handoff to the goal line, touchdown San Jose State. Jabari Bates bursting in for the score, and the Spartans are on the scoreboard.
They went a little running game, maybe zone read. They brought Tama Amasoni in there at quarterback and had that look of a zone read.
So Bates with the score. San Jose State on the board, which is already more points than they scored in the entire game. The first meeting between these two teams here 8 years ago. Longhorns won 56-0. Extra point kick by the left-footed kicker Dennis Lynch is good. And the Spartans are on the board with 8 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first half. The score is Texas 28, San Jose State 7. Longhorn football continues in a moment.
At St. David's Healthcare, we talk a lot about being the best. It's not just talk. We show it through innovation, hard work, heart, and of course, victories. St. David's Healthcare is proud to be an official healthcare provider of Texas athletics. And as UT Athletic Director Chris Del Conte would say,
the best is here, and together we are changing the world. Hook 'em.
.com/network.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Mike Coulter back in studio with this WinStar Studio report. In the top 25 in the SEC, number 19, Texas A&M leads Utah State 7-6. Just under 6 minutes left in the first quarter there at Kyle Field. 24th ranked Texas Tech, no problem so far at home in Lubbock against Kent State. 38-0 Red Raiders late in the second quarter. Elsewhere in the Cyhawk battle, or for the battle for the Cyhawk Trophy, I should say, number 16 Iowa State leads Iowa 6-3 in Ames. Just over 8 minutes until halftime there. And number 17 SMU in front of Baylor now 23-14. Under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Kevin Jennings, a perfect 10 for 10 through the air so far, 236 yards and a pair of touchdown passes. Let's send it back inside DKR Texas Memorial Stadium with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Craig?
Mike, thanks very much. Your South Texas Ford dealers are the proud truck provider for Bevo. Ford is the best in Texas. So San Jose State, a scoring drive of 75 yards in 8 plays. Jamari Bates scoring on a 4-yard touchdown run. So San Jose State getting on the board for the first time today.
Yeah, Walker Higgett was 5 for 5, 73 yards through the air on that drive. We saw a lot of quick stuff there. Longhorns on that possession couldn't get the pressure on after forcing turnovers on 3 consecutive possessions.
So the first kickoff for the Spartans since the opening kickoff. Remember, San Jose State will get the football to start the second half. They won the toss. So in case you're keeping track of this, the Longhorns are 0 for 2 on coin tosses.
Oh, you know I do.
I know you do.
They had no control over this one. They didn't call it correctly in Columbus last week.
Dennis Lynch to kick off. Actually, it would be Nate Lewis to kick it off. And Lewis, little pop-up kick. Longhorns have to run underneath it, and it is caught by Jordan Washington, the tight end, and he got a head start. Jeff Banks likes what he saw there from Washington, the redshirt freshman. He, no hesitation, all ran right underneath it and charged forward with a return out to the 42-yard line. That's a 12-yard return off that short kick.
Well, and Texas's record so far on a short survey size hasn't been great on kickoff returns, so a little interesting there. Popped it up, but never gave his team a chance to run under it and try to make a play if he wanted that effect.
Christian Clark back on the field at running back for the Longhorns. He's offset to the right side of Arch Manning. 2 receivers out wide right, 1 on the short side of the field, split left. Ball near the left hash mark. First down and 10 for the Longhorns. DeAndre Moore goes in motion. Quick swing pass out to Moore. Receiver screen. Turns it upfield. Picked up a block from Livingston and takes it across the 45 up to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards. Isaiah Rivas shoved him out of bounds. Should we say that Isaiah was on Rivas Island out there?
I looked it up. I don't think there's any relation.
Okay. At the 49. Second down and 3. Clark remains the running back, offset to the left side of Arch Manning. DeAndre Moore shifts in motion, play action. Manning looking, steps up with some time, sends it down the sideline. Ball caught by Moore. Nice juggling catch by DeAndre Moore. Pulls it in at the San Jose State 34-yard line. A pickup of 17 yards before he steps out of bounds.
Well, if you can see confidence, I think you're seeing that with Arch Manning. Those are some really good throws lately. And nice job by DJ Campbell. Usually we talk about a blitz pickup from a running back. He did a nice job picking up the blitz.
First down and 10. Longhorns at the Spartan 34-yard line. Clock moving, 7:15 to go first half. Handoff, Clark in some trouble. A lot of trouble, and in fact, he's going to lose a couple of yards back to the 36-yard line. Caniello left to. The linebacker coming over to make the stop for San Jose State. Second down and 12 coming up at the Spartan 36. Ryan Wingo is out wide left. He lines up in the slot along with DeAndre Moore and Jack Hendries. Parker Livingston on the short side of the field is split to the right. Clark, the running back, offset to the left side of Arch Manning. Second down and 12. Shotgun snap, back to Manning, looked right. Now it's under some pressure. Flag goes down. Manning downfield for Livingston. He caught it inside the 5. It would stand as a 35-yard catch, but there's a flag down and it's
number 52. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains second down.
Holding call there. And it'll bring it back. Arch had to step away from the pressure, and that's when DJ Campbell was called for the hold. So the football will be spotted at the 46-yard line, 10 yards on the walk-off. And so now it's going to be second down and 22.
Now what the hold did, though, is keep Arch from getting hit, because that was going to happen if DJ Campbell doesn't commit the penalty.
Ball game, pump from some from all the Garrett Gibson, running back, sophomore from Gainesville, Florida, IND Academy. Quick pass out to the right side, ball flies out 45, and Salem concussion. His second catch is Longhorn. Made a catch for first down last in Columbus, but at the short gainer there, that one goes 3 yards. Now they're going to put down 13. That's 43.
Yeah, much wanted to hurt the middle where he might have a chance to make a play once he goes to the sidelines. And have a lot of success.
Ball's at 43 yards. Longhorns 19 for the first half. Shotgun back to Mantle. He steps back, sets up down the field. He goes in, touch on it. Incomplete. He did have a step on the defender, but the ball too far out front. It'll go for down.
Doing a nice job. San Jose bring pressure, slip to his left and your right. Go a step. Just too much on it.
Neutral call Plutton. This is man special, being able to drop it down inside 22, inside the 10 last week. And we'll never do the same here. Easter Plutton. He received it. Jalen Thomas. Jack will aim to the right corner. Thomas will run under it and will let it bounce, and it will not even get to it going again. So, San Jose State will back on offense with 5:58 remaining in the first half. Texas in front by a score of 28-7. Longhorn football continues.
If you are a fighter, Modelo would. Your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to the world of WinStar, where the thrills are bigger than ever. Get lost in our 2-story luxury spa. Enjoy 36 holes of championship golf. Savor a world of dining experiences. Rest in one of our vast hotel towers and catch the biggest names in music and comedy at the spectacular Lucas Oil Live, all just 1 hour north of DFW. So come live in the wow at the world of WinStar.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength, power, agility, a team that shows up ready to win. At Toyota Trucks, they bring the full roster. Kick off the season with big savings at the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event.
Toyota is a proud sponsor of Texas Athletics. Hook 'em loud, haul 'em proud in a new Tundra or Tacoma, built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Come support the Longhorns this Texas OU weekend, starting Friday, October 10th at the 37th annual Get Teed Off at OU golf tournament. To the bash before the clash and the Texas-sized tailgate party at the fairgrounds. Round up your friends and don't miss out. Go to DallasTexasX's.org for more information. Longhorns lead at 28-7, 5:28 to go. Arch Manning had completed 8 straight passes, 4 of those for touchdowns before the overthrow. Very nearly made it 9 straight and a 5th touchdown, but Longhorns have to punt it away, so San Jose State, best drive by far of their effort with the touchdown. Now they get it back here. Longhorns would love to get one more opportunity on offense here in the second quarter.
They do have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, but they would need to get a stop first as the Spartans will begin this possession from their own 20-yard line with the Horns in front 28-7. So, ball's on the left hash. 3 receivers out wide right for the Spartans. 1 on the short side of the field, split to the left. The running back for San Jose State is Jabari Bates, who scored the Spartan touchdown in the last drive. He's offset to the right side of the quarterback, Walker Eget. First down and 10. Brad Spence been back in at linebacker for the Longhorns. Lines up along the edge. First down and 10 for San Jose State. Eget looking over the Texas defense. A clap of the hands, now has the football and turns and hands it off left side. Bates, he's wrapped up, and then he got free out over the 30-35. Looked like he was going to be like a 2-yard gain, and all of a sudden, somehow, he escaped before he was finally run down, but that's going to go for 13 yards and a first down. Boy, he just bounced off. It looked like Ty Anthony Smith and then took it downfield before he was finally shoved out of bounds by Michael Taft. So first down and 10 for the Spartans. Ball is at the San Jose State 33-yard line. From the left hash, Eget, the snap, and looking to throw. Pressure coming. He steps away from Brad Spence, rolls to the right, still looking to throw, and is able to get rid of it out to the 36-yard line. It winds up being a 3-yard catch by Kyrie Scholes. He was being chased. Spence was bearing down on him but couldn't come up with a sack. So it's second down. And 7. The ball at the Spartan 36-yard line. Clock moving, 4.5 remaining in the first half. 28-7 is the Texas lead. Kyrie Scholes is in a slot on the short side of the right. 3 receivers out wide left for the Spartans. Off the right hash at the San Jose State 36-yard line. Second down, play action. Eget looking, going deep up the left sideline with a man out there, but too much on it. He was looking for Danny Scudero, who had a step on Grayson Littleton, but it's incomplete, and it brings up third down. Third down and 7 coming up.
Key for San Jose State has been avoiding the pressure and see what Texas does here on 3rd and long. They make some substitutions along the front, get some fresh legs in there. Colin Simmons, Trey Moore back in.
Anthony Smith back in at linebacker along with Anthony Hill. Third down. And Zena Amosalu back along the defensive front for the Longhorns. Third down and 7. San Jose State from the Spartan 36. Eget with the shotgun snap, looking to throw. Ethan Burke coming in on him as well as Simmons. The pass is away deep downfield and caught. Oh, what a catch made. There's a scramble for it, and it is a catch made downfield by Leland Smith. He took it away from Kobe Black up the left sideline. It'll be a first down for San Jose State. He pulled it off of Kobe Black's helmet to pull it in for a 37-yard gain.
Yeah, spectacular. Wonder if they'll take a look, though, see if he came down on that sideline.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. Fans gave a little roar there as they were looking at it. He pulled the ball off Kobe Black's shoulder and helmet, a la Mario Manningham, but as he fell down, did he have control? That was the question as he rolled out of bounds. That's what they'll be reviewing here as he goes down with it. I don't know if he, that's the key. Did he have control as he hit the field turf?
Spectacular play, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got it pinned on the helmet of Kobe Black. By the time he possesses it, I don't know if he'd slid out of bounds or not, but they're going to have enough to overturn it.
I said Mario Manningham. I meant David Tyree because it's off the helmet.
There was a little bobble there.
Yeah, that's what they're reviewing right now. So many remember David Tyree's catch from Eli Manning in the Super Bowl against the Patriots when he pinned it against his own helmet and pulled it in. That one by Leland Smith was pinned between the shoulder and the helmet of Kobe Black. But the question here is, did he have enough control? We'll see if the officials rule that the call is upheld. Again, no longer do you have call stands or call confirmed. It's either upheld or overturned.
We've seen it about 8 times. It was absolutely spectacular, but the question will be, did the ball move a little bit as he was trying to possess it with both hands?
Well, if it stands, it's a 37-yard completion to the Texas 27-yard line. So that's going to be the key, is whether there is control as he's going to the boundary. So
it's the old saying, the longer they look, the less confident you feel about the initial call.
Well, here comes the call from Daniel Gautreaux, the referee.
After video review, it is an incomplete pass. The receiver did not have firm control until he was out of bounds. It'll be 4th down and 7 at the 36-yard line, and the clock will start on the snap.
Yeah, that's the key, not having the control of it. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield. Spectacular grab by Leland Smith, but not a legal catch as he did not have control, falling out of bounds. So on 4th down and 7, San Jose State will punt the football. The officials come running up to stop play to make sure that whether substitutions were made. Now they're ready to go. So Trent Carrizosa to punt it for the Spartans. Ryan Niblett standing back at his own 20-yard line awaiting the kick. Here's the punt. And Niblett has to back away from it. Takes a great San Jose State bounce and roll inside the 10 all the way down to the 8-yard line. That's 56 yards on the punt with no returns. The Longhorns will have it with 3:56 remaining in the half. Texas with all 3 of its timeouts on a 28-7 lead.
Well, you'd love to drive it, but what you don't want to do is give it back to San Jose State with enough time for them to get a score and then get the ball back to start the second half. I think Longhorns, they had one nice run from C.J. Baxter of 13 yards. Other than that, not a whole lot in the run game from the running backs.
So from the 8-yard line, C.J. Baxter back in the ball game at running back. Aaron Butler, 6 foot 170-pound redshirt freshman receiver from Calabasas, California, is nearest the boundary on the short side of the right. And on 1st down and 10, the off-play action, Manning looking to throw. Darts it over the middle, incomplete. And he's trying to connect with Ryan Wingo and unable to do so.
Yeah, that's the frustrating one. Wingo was open, just kind of a misfire.
A 5th different tight end to see action for the Longhorns today. Amari Winston, 6'1", 237-pound freshman from Calhoun, Georgia, is on the field now. Wingo will line up in a slot on the short side of the right along with Aaron Butler. 2nd down and 10. Now Wingo shifts in motion from right to left, and now the Longhorns going to take timeout.
Timeout.
3:51.
It is their first. It will be 30
remaining here in the first half, as Sark wants to make sure his guys are on the same page here on this 2nd down and 10 situation coming up.
Now they go play action on 1st down when maybe you're thinking run deep in your own territory, but Manning kind of grimace. They're showing a replay, and you can see Arch kind of grimace when he released the football, but just an uncharacteristic throw right at the feet of Ryan Wingo.
So at the 8-yard line, out of the timeout. Going to bring up 2nd down. Aaron Butler, Ryan Wingo. Remain the wide receivers. DeAndre Moore as well. Moore's in a slot left. Wide left is Wingo. On the short side of the field, in a slot to the right is Aaron Butler. The tight end, Jack Endries, lined up tight to the right side of the formation. C.J. Baxter, the running back. On 2nd down and 10, it's a handoff. Baxter sweeping left, tried to cut it up the middle and nowhere to run at all. Excellent job by the Spartan defense. Gafa Waga, the nose guard, stuffed the run. And no gain on the play. Endries, by the way, looks like he's limping off the field. San Jose State is taking a timeout now. They want to leave some time for themselves here with 3:39 remaining and a half with 3rd down coming up.
Interesting there. There's still a lot of time, but want to save this play clock. But yeah, boy, hope nothing's significant with Jack Endries as he limped off the field as well. And now you put Texas in a tough spot, deep in their own territory, 3rd and long. And see what Sark tries to dial up here.
Ken Niamato-Lolo taking the timeout there, thinking probably that the Longhorns would go conservative, run the ball, so instead of more than a minute of clock time running between the clock that was running, the clock that would be running after the play, and then before the 4th down punt if they didn't pick up the 1st down, and that's why he used the timeout here. He has 2 timeouts remaining, but who says the Longhorns are going to run? We'll see. 3rd down. 3rd and a long 10 needed for the 1st. Manning from the gun with the snap, back to throw out of his own end zone. Looks deep up the right sideline, looking there for Butler, unable to come up with it. Had a hand on it, tightly covered by Caleb Presley. And now it's 4th down. The Longhorns will punt with 3:39 remaining in the half.
Butler had a chance. Would have been a spectacular catch, but Arch put it up there where only he could make the play. But yeah, now you give it back to San Jose State, and looks like they'll get good field position.
Bo Meester to punt. Jalen Thomas back deep to receive the kick. Jack is standing about 8 yards deep in the end zone in the middle of the block letter H in Longhorns in that south end zone. Good snap back to Bo Meester, and the kick is away. And it is going to be short of fielded right at midfield, and then on his feet and returning it 10 yards is Jalen Thomas from the 40-yard line. So San Jose State's going to have excellent field position. They have 2 timeouts remaining, and, of course, the 2-minute timeout as well. 3:31 remaining in the half.
28-0. Then San Jose State goes on that impressive drive when Egan didn't miss a throw, and now they got a chance to cut this in half, or if they can get 3 all of a sudden, get the ball back in the second half, kind of changes things a little bit. Seemed like Texas was in cruise control when they went up 4 scores.
It's at the Texas 41-yard line officially, a 9-yard return off that punt. And for San Jose State, Walker Egan back in at quarterback. And he'll have Jabari Bates with him offset to the right. 2 receivers on the short side of the field, split to the right for the Spartans. 2 more out wide left on first down. And it is a handoff to Bates. Colin Simmons wraps him up, but not before Bates with a good burst of speed takes it to the Texas 36-yard line, a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 for San Jose State. Jabari Bates remains the running back. Out wide left is Leland Smith, and a slot left, Danny Scudero. On the short side of the field, split to the right, Kyrie Scholes. Ball off the right hash of the Texas 36-yard line. 2nd down and 5 for San Jose State. Egan with a shotgun snap, looks to throw over the middle. Ball caught by Scudero. That's a first down. Ball came out, picked up by Jelani McDonald. McDonald up the sidelines of 40, 45, midfield, steps out of bounds there. Longhorns come up with another turnover. Ant Hill comes up with the big hit to knock the ball loose from Danny Scudero, and it's scooped up and returned to midfield. The return made by Jelani McDonald, a 24-yard return off the fumble.
Fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Texas. Timeout for a defensive player injury. Correction, an offensive player injury.
So the ball is at the 50. 2:51 remaining in the half. And now the scoring opportunity reverts back to Texas.
Well, Hill just came in from behind, and Scudero never saw him, and kind of a little clothesline across the head and shoulder and jarred the ball loose.
Grayson Littleton there as well, but it was Hill who punched the ball out as Scudero was going down. So Texas will start off the right hash mark at midfield. C.J. Baxter in at running back.
Now they're going to take a look at it.
Well, the question is that left knee. It was sliding down when the ball came out. The question is, had the knee touched down beforehand?
Scudero was slow to get up. They're looking at him on the sideline, and another review here of a big play, just like the long 3rd down pass play that was overturned.
Call on the field was a fumble. Yeah, it's coming out before the knee touches down. I think this call will be upheld.
And this is one where you and I watch it and you go, how can it take that long? But I guess they have to go through the process of different angles, but that looked pretty obvious.
Yeah, there was one angle that showed the knee sliding toward the turf, but you didn't have a good angle on the ball.
After video review, the call on the field is upheld. First down, Texas.
They'll take over at the 50. As Scudero started to go down, but the ball had already been dislodged by Anthony Hill.
That's obviously a huge play. San Jose State was on the move again, and now they give it back to Texas with great field position.
And the Longhorns capitalize here. Ryan Wingo's on the short side of the field, split to the right. Wide left is DeAndre Moore. C.J. Baxter, the running back, manning to take the snap from under center, hands it now to Wingo. Circling around the corner, a stiff arm to the 45 and forced out of bounds. Down near the first down marker by Jalen Hoplet Williams. Hellett Williams forces him out, but it's a 9-yard carry to the 41-yard line. 2nd down and a yard to go for the Longhorns. Clock moving with 2:35 and counting remaining first half. DeAndre Moore in a slot to the left. Ryan Wingo to the right. 2 tight ends in the ball game. Now Wingo shifts in motion. Manning from the shotgun. The snap, turns, hands it to Baxter. Hurdles for, and he's got the first down. Inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. Now it'll tick down to the 2-minute timeout. So we're at 2 minutes to go in the first half. Texas with a 1st and 10 at the San Jose State 38-yard line. The Longhorns lead it 28-7 on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
A reminder to gear up for the Texas football season at the University Co-op, the only Longhorn store that gives back to UT students with every penny of profit going directly to course material scholarships. Shop in store or online at University Coop, that's C-O-O-P, universitycoop.com. 2-minute timeout with Texas leading San Jose State 28-7. The Longhorns on the 1st and 10 at the Spartan 38-yard line. Texas with 2 timeouts remaining. Will Matthews, we saw a few moments ago, Ryan Wingo, who has not been able to connect with Arch Manning on some passes, both down the boundary and across the middle. They handed to him on the speed sweep to pick up 9 yards, and that's another way to keep him involved.
It really is, and they have got to find ways to get him the ball. I mean, earlier with the bubble screen and with going around in reverses, that works. But what we really want to see as fans of this game is him down the field doing some amazing things. We know that he's one of the top wide receivers in the country, but he has got to prove it. So we're wanting to see a little bit of growth and a little more confidence from these guys. Throw the ball in the right place and make the play.
Wingo will go wide right. DeAndre Moore in a slot right along with Dalen McCutcheon. So 3 receivers out wide right for Texas. The tight end, Jack Hendries, tight to the formation on the short side to the left. C.J. Baxter's a running back. The ball is on the left hash mark at the San Jose State 38-yard line. First down, Texas. 2 minutes to go first half. Longhorns leading the Spartans 28-7. Manning in the shotgun. Texas with 2 timeouts. And it's disposal. Marquez Baxter all set to his left side. Now he shifts around to Manning right, does C.J. on first down. It's a handoff. Baxter from the 55, 30. Breaks the tackle inside the 25-yard line. Baxter went right past the defense. First down to the 20-yard line, an 18-yard carry. And the Longhorns move quickly out on first down. Manning with it turns. Hands Baxter again. C.J. up the middle to the 15 and Powers right to the 15-yard line, gain of 5. Jordan Williams on the tackle. It's 2nd down and 5. Longhorns letting the clock run now. Down 1:35 and counting. Might be a time, and they do have 2 timeouts. The 15-yard line. 2nd down and 5 for the Longhorns. Manning from the shotgun, sending DeAndre Moore in motion. Off to the snap, turns, and hands off. Baxter again. Cuts the inside. He's going to be short of the first down. Now around the 13. Jordan Pollard tackle for San Jose State. Clock still moving. Down 1:10 and counting. And the Longhorns have a 3rd down and 3 coming up.
They just went for 5 on third. Their average 3rd down distance is almost 11 yards. Obviously, much different here.
Ryan Wingo is wide right, along with tight end Jordan Washington and DeAndre Moore. 3rd down, blitz coming, shotgun, Manning under pressure, steps up, hits, he throws, and that is going to be intercepted at the 1-yard line by Jalen Williams. Up the boundary now, 25 to the 30, still on his feet to the 40-yard line before he's finally pushed out of bounds. The 41-yard line, Manning was hit, and the ball fluttered short. And it was Isaiah Rivas who came on the blitz to hit Arch Manning. And so it's picked off and returned to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Fletcher come right away, and C.J. Baxter just could get the blitzer, and then he tried to score down. Arch trying to make a play. He was going to cover you, and he had gotten hit. There was a chance where you can just throw it away and try to field goal on 4th down.
Well, the fact that they let the clock run all the way down inside a minute leaves San Jose State with only 38 seconds. Spartans have timeouts. the 40-yard line. The three receivers one on the short side of the on the left 41-yard line. Jabari takes a wing back. San Jose takes the right side. First and 10. Got an empty deep retreat. Looking right. Swings out as he checked it. The ball's caught after a 4-yard gain. Made here by fullback. 2 tackles. 5 gain before the clock still got 3 seconds remaining in the half. On 2nd down and 6. He has the snap. Back to throw. Pressure coming. Deep across the middle. Dropped in and out of the hands of Leland Smith. Had a step on a couple of defenders. Couldn't hold it. It's incomplete. There's late flags coming in. So, here's the ball.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 1. 15-yard penalty on the previous spot. First down.
That's calling Colin Simmons, and that's going to give San Jose State a first down at the Texas 40-yard line with 12 seconds remaining in the half. And again, they've got 2 timeouts. So one big pass would definitely have them in field goal range. They've missed 1 field goal today. First down and 10 at the Texas 40-yard line with 12 seconds to go in the half. Eget from the shotgun. Has the snap. Looks to throw. Sends it up the left side. Ball is caught short of the first down, so the clock's going to run and they have to use a timeout. It's down to the 31-yard line. Tuli Tagovailoa Mosa on the catch. That is a gain of 8 yards. They'll mark it at the 32-yard line with 6 seconds remaining in the half.
Well, Lynch has had his struggles kicking last week against Central Michigan and missed a field goal today, so we'll see what Spartans want to do here.
Eget had enough time to find Leland Smith. And then he was brought down short of the first down. Timeout called by the Spartans anyway. They would have called it. Leaves him with 1, but just 6 seconds to go in the half.
And they couldn't run the ball here.
They have time for a quick hit to the sideline, perhaps, with 6 seconds. They're not sending out the field goal unit here. Ball was on the 32 of Texas. It would be a 49-yard try at this point. So, offense stays on the field. 2nd down and 2 from the Longhorn 32-yard line. Eget out of the shotgun, has the snap. Looks right, throws right. Ball incomplete with 3 seconds remaining in the half. He was trying to go to the side for Kyrie Scholes. Incomplete, and now they are going to bring on Dennis Lynch to try what would be a 49-yard field goal. Believe, let's see. Lynch is definitely out there. It's going to be a 50-yarder. So it is spotted right at the 40 by the punter, Trenton Carasosa, and A.J. Campos to snap it. Left-footed kicker, Dennis Lynch, a 50-yard try on the final play of the first half, and the kick on its way, and the kick is no good. Veered to the left, and that'll do it for the first half. So Longhorns will take a 21-point lead into the locker room. Into the first half here in Austin with the score. The Texas Longhorns 28, San Jose State Spartans 7. Coming up, Mike Coulter in our Longhorn Radio Network studios. We'll look around the SEC, the top 25, and more. Longhorn football continues in a moment.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Hey Longhorns fans! This season, it's not just about showing up, it's about showing out. And as proud sponsor of Texas Athletics, Kendra Scott wants to help you make game day personal. Shop exclusive game day jewelry or customize your own look at the Color Bar for the ultimate style touchdown. Shop your local Kendra Scott store or kendrascott.com today.
This homecoming season, celebrate the spirit of Texas on the field and at the table. On September 27th, join us in the DFW area for the Texas Monthly Barbecue Family Reunion, a new barbecue event from Texas Monthly with 8 legendary pitmasters and a night of two-stepping under the stars. It's a taste of Texas you don't want to miss. See the full lineup and grab your tickets now at texasmonthly.com/BBQ Reunion.
The University of Texas Golf Club, your home in the Hill Country. It's a member experience as big as Texas. Major champions, tour pros, and you can stroll 18 holes. Play the Spieth Lower 40, a fun 6-hole short course. Hit the courts in the biggest indoor tennis facility in Austin. Or host your next event in our pavilion or clubhouse. Next time you're in Austin, stay and play in our casitas. The University of Texas Golf Club, where champions play.
It's halftime on the Longhorn Radio Network. Now let's head to the Learfield Network studios.
The Longhorns overcome a sluggish start and are up for 28 points as Texas leads San Jose State 28-7 at halftime. Texas capitalizes on 4 turnovers forced by the defense, and Arch Manning at one point throws 4 touchdowns in 5 pass attempts, 2 each to both Parker Livingston and Jack injuries. Coming up on the halftime report, I'll take you back through the opening 30 minutes of play, catch you up on scores from the SEC and across the nation. And Craig's got your first half stats. That and more coming up on the halftime report as Texas leads San Jose State 28-7 on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the halftime report. Texas leads San Jose State 28-7 at halftime. Before we take a look back at the first half, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification as you're listening to Texas Longhorns football from Learfield. Texas began the game with the football, but a holding call on the very first play would really thwart the drive. After that negated a 20-yard gain on the first play from scrimmage, Texas would go 3 and out and would punt it away. San Jose State had a decent drive to start the game, 10 plays, 30 yards, got into field goal range, but Dennis Lynch's kick was wide right from 47 yards out. Texas had one first down on their second drive, but a dropped pass on 3rd down and 6 forced them to punt it back to the Spartans, who would go 3 and out and would punt it, but Texas went for a punt block, roughed the punter, gave the Spartans a first down. They were unable to do a whole lot with it, got one first down and would punt it for a second time. Texas then got going on offense. 2 runs, got 7 yards, and then on 3rd down and 3 from their own 17-yard line, our Old Dominion best play of the first half.
On 3rd down, shotgun snap, Manning, a pump, looks, going deep up the left boundary. He's got Livingston open with a catch of the 40, to midfield, down the sidelines, the 40, the 30, saved tonight to this one. Parker Livingston, the catch and run, and it goes for an 83-yard touchdown.
Our Old Dominion play of the first half, Parker Livingston's 83-yard catch and run for the touchdown, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to be the official freight carrier of Texas Athletics. That was a 3-play, 90-yard drive, took 1:18 off the clock. San Jose State's Walker Eagle's pass was then intercepted by Jalen Gilbo at the San Jose State 34-yard line. C.J. Baxter had some hard running to get it down inside the 5-yard line, and then on 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line, Manning found the familiar target.
Baxter remains the running back. He's all set to the right side of Arch Manning. Ryan Wingo wide left. Here's the boundary on the right as DeAndre Moore shifts in motion back to the left, and it's a handoff. No, it's Manning pulling it back in across the middle. Clock. Touchdown, Parker Livingston again. Parker Livingston has scored every Texas touchdown this season. 83 yards, and that one 3 yards.
Add that to the touchdown he scored in Columbus last weekend. Parker Livingston responsible for the first 3 touchdowns of the Texas offensive season. San Jose State would fumble it on their next drive. Ty Anthony Smith forced and recovered the fumble, and then Texas quickly got back to work.
From the left hash at the Spartan 36. Play action. Yep, Manning looking. Still looking. Fires deep over the middle. Indries the catch. Jack Indries his first Texas Longhorn touchdown. Arch Manning had plenty of time to throw. Indries into the slot wide open with a catch, a 36-yard score.
Took just 8 seconds off the clock as the Cal transfer cashed in his first touchdown in a Longhorn uniform. Then later, Colin Simmons would get a sack on San Jose State's next drive, and later a fumble was returned by Trey Moore down to the 1-yard line. Texas had C.J. Baxter with a touchdown run. It was negated due to a chop block, so on the next play, again, Manning found his new tight end.
2nd and goal from the 16. Manning with the snap. Arch looking. Still looking. Fires across the middle. Caught. Touchdown, Jack Indries. 2 touchdown catches for Parker Livingston, and now 2 for Jack Indries as the Longhorns cash in the San Jose State turnover.
San Jose State would later get a nice drive of 8 plays, 75 yards, took 4:37 off the clock, and Jabari Bates punched it in from 4 yards out to make it 28-7. Both teams had multiple possessions from that point forward, but were unable to score, and that's where we stand at halftime with Texas in front, 28-7. Coming up on the halftime report, I'll get you up to date on scores. That comes your way as Longhorn football continues in a moment.
If you love H-E-B but don't always have the time for shopping at H-E-B, try our free curbside pickup. Let us cherry pick the produce, get selective with the seafood, choose the choicest cut beef, and gather your groceries galore. H-E-B has everything needed to bring more food, more flavor, and, well, more everything to your table at a great price, too. Download the My H-E-B app today and start shopping. Subject to availability, prices may vary from ad or in-store.
Welcome to the world of WinStar. where the thrills are best in one of our vast hotel towers, and catch the biggest names in music and comedy at the spectacular Lucas Oil Live, all just 1 hour north of DFW. So come live in the wow at the world of WinStar.
Looking for the best deal on construction equipment? Then you're looking for Ewald Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald. How does 0 down, 0% financing for 36 months sound? Or save up to $5,500. Plus, come in now, make us a reasonable offer, and you've got yourself a deal. Reliable equipment to handle the big stuff. That's what you get with Kubota. For sales, rentals, parts, and service, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer. Visit us at ewaldkubota.com.
Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full details.
Hey Longhorns fans! This season, it's not just about showing up, it's about showing out. And as proud sponsor of Texas Athletics, Kendra Scott wants to help you make game day personal. Shop exclusive game day jewelry or customize your own look at the Color Bar for the ultimate style touchdown. Shop your local Kendra Scott store or kendrascott.com today.
Welcome back to the Halftime Report. Texas leads San Jose State 28-7. Mike Coulter with this WinStar Studio report. In the SEC, just one other game currently underway. That's number 19, Texas A&M hosting Utah State. Aggies now lead at Texas A&M now leads at 24-6 in the battle of the Aggies, I should say. Le'Veon Moss, 8 carries for 59 yards so far for Texas A&M and a touchdown. 24th ranked Texas Tech also in action hosting Kent State. All Red Raiders to this point 48-0 early in the third quarter. Other scores of note, the Cyhawk Trophy up for grabs yet again. Number 16, Iowa State leads Iowa 13-10. That game at halftime, and with just over 11 minutes to go in the third quarter in Dallas. Number 17, SMU looking to end a 13-game losing streak to Baylor. Right now 24-21 Mustangs with the field goal advantage. Again, just over 11 minutes to go there in the third quarter. Again at halftime, Texas leads San Jose State by 21. It's 28-7 Longhorns, and Craig's got your first half numbers after this timeout on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time, and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Snakes, zombies, sharks, heights, speaking in public. The list of fears is endless. But while you're clutching your blanket in the dark, wondering if that sound in the hall was actually a footstep, the real danger is in your hand, when you're behind the wheel. And while you might think a great white shark is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Halftime here in Austin with Texas in front of San Jose State by a score of 28-7. Look at the first half numbers. Longhorns had 259 yards of total offense, 180 through the air, 79 on the ground. San Jose State 178 total, 121 passing, 57 rushing. Longhorns did have 6 penalties totaling 70 yards in the first half, 2 for 15 for San Jose State. Longhorns were 1 out of 6 on third down. The Spartans were 2 of 7. Texas ran a total of 34 plays. San Jose State ran 40 plays in that first half and averaged 4.5 yards per play. The Longhorns averaged just under 8 yards per play, and the time of possession favored the Spartans by a little over 3 minutes, 16:36 to 13:24. Individually, San Jose State, Jamar Bates, their leading ground gainer, 5 carries, 31 yards, and a touchdown for Jabari Bates. And they're through the air. Walker Eget, 12 of 23, 121 yards, and an interception. Kyrie Scholes was their leading pass catcher, 4 for 44 yards. Longhorns led on the ground by C.J. Baxter, 11 carries, 56 yards. Again, no Quintravian Weisner available today. Through the air, Arch Manning, 11 of 18, 180 yards, 4 touchdowns. Hit as he threw late in the first half in the waning seconds and was picked off for that interception. Receiving leader, DeAndre Moore, 3 catches for 30 yards, but Parker Livingstone has caught 2 passes for touchdowns, 1 for 83 and 1 for 3. 2 catches for 86. Jack Hendricks, 2 catches for 52 yards and 2 scores. Texas leads at 28-7. Second half of today's game is coming up when Longhorn football continues in a moment.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Texas Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Horns up! The University of Texas Club is the perfect place to experience Texas hospitality and burnt orange excitement all year long. Located inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, the UT Club is your home for exclusive dining, member events, and unbeatable game day experiences. Elevate your Longhorn pride at universityoftexasclub.com for more information or to join today. The University of Texas Club. Texas lives here all year.
For years, and their signal reaches further than ever. So you can text and Insta-talk and say, "You won't believe where I am."
T-Mobile has the best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. See T-Mobile.com/network.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Texas. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Texas and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Texas.
We get ready to start the second half with Texas leading 28-7. I think probably the general review, Roger, in the first half is the Longhorns showed a lot of really good things, and then there was some sputtering that happened at time on a couple of drives. And then, of course, they had the one drive where they allowed San Jose State to move it 85 yards in 7 plays for their only score.
Yeah, they did a lot of things that we talked about all week long. Forced turnovers, got their first sack, although that's their only tackle for a loss. So that's usually something Texas, you can usually count on 7 to 10 tackles for a loss. Arch Manning at times looked great, and he's had some throws that, I'm sure he would like to have back. And the running game got going a little bit late in the half, so we'll see how they build on that. First things first, get a stop on San Jose State, who started to move the ball in the middle of the second quarter and beyond.
Will Matthews, how about your impression? All right, we'll get back to Will in just a few moments as we get ready to start the second half. And Texas will be kicking off, as Roger mentioned. Will Stone's done a good job with the kickoffs. He's kicked it out of the back of the end zone on all four of his kicks, as either that or fair caught. So they've been unreturnable, all of those, and so he'll kick it off. Longhorns back in the home jerseys today with the white helmet, the burnt orange jersey tops, Texas emblazoned white block print capital lettering on the front, the white numeral beneath it. Players' names spelled on a white block print capital lettering on the back of those burnt orange jerseys with a large white numeral gracing the back of the home burnt orange jersey tops, white pants, white numerals lettering and trim San Jose State, and blue helmets with a yellow Spartan head logo on the side, white jersey tops, white pants, and they have blue numerals outlined in yellow. So Texas will continue to move toward the north end zone as they did in the second quarter. They will defend the south end of the field, so they'll be moving from right to left here in the third quarter. San Jose State from left to right. So kicking it off will be the left footer Will Stone. And the second half will be delayed momentarily as the ball blew off the tee.
Sark talked to you about hoping the weather stays away and
specifically no lightning.
Well, I'm no meteorologist, but I can read a radar, and there's a lot of stuff out to the west of us. So hopefully we'll stay in what we're right now. We're kind of in a little donut around some of the weather.
All right, Floyd Chalk and Jabari Bates back deep to receive it, but as we mentioned, the kickoffs have been unreturnable, and it remains so as that one is the touchback and it goes out. So it'll be San Jose State football starting from the Spartan 25-yard line. San Jose State was moving before that turnover there in the first half, and that was obviously a big part of the first half. The turnovers, 4 for San Jose State, 1 for Texas. And San Jose State losing 3 fumbles along the way. All right, first down and 10. And Jabari Bates is the running back, lined up in the pistol behind the quarterback, Walker Eget. On first down and 10 from the left hash. Play action, Eget looking, sends it to the left side. Ball is caught, and then circling around the defense. He's going to wind up losing yards. Kyrie Scholes caught it at around the 28 or 29 and then rotated back to get away from Jalen Gilbo, and he lost a couple of yards. I think they'll give him the 27. Jelani McDonald trade more on the tackle. So it's a gain of just a couple, and it's second down and 8. So in the shotgun, Eget with 3 receivers out wide left, 1 on the short side of the field, split to the right. Shotgun snap back to Walker. Eget looks, pumps, in trouble, and then throws the ball away. Was that caught? Right at the 30-yard line. They'll call it incomplete. The Longhorns thought they had it, and Texas coaching staff asking for intentional grounding. They're going to get the call. Here's Daniel Gautreaux, the referee.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 5. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Loss of down, third down.
Yeah, Moran Watson was about to have his first sack as a Longhorn, and that gets taken away because of the grounding call, but it does the job. So loss of down, they spotted at the 17-yard line, and now it's going to be third down and 18 for San Jose State. 3 receivers and a tight end all split out wide left. 1 on the short side of the field, split to the right. From the shotgun, on third and 18, he gives it a step. Here comes the pressure again, flings it up the right sideline. Gilbo has the interception and then lost it. Had it in his hands, but as he went down to the turf, Kyrie Scholes helped kind of take it away, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, Texas brought the house. San Jose State's offensive line looked like they were letting them through for a screen pass. That's how many Longhorns came through, but yeah, Gilbo did a nice job of tracking and nearly came down with his second pick of the ballgame.
Yeah, he was very, very close to that. So now, San Jose State winds up with a 3 and out. They'll have to punt. And Trent Carrizosa to punt it for the Spartans. Ryan Niblett waiting back around the Texas 40-yard line for the punt. Kick is away by Carrizosa, very high. Niblett has to call for a fair catch as he runs under and around the 48-yard line, I think is where they'll mark this. So Texas will have good field position to start this second half. They will mark it at the 48 or 49. Let's see. I think the 48-yard line is where they're going to put the football, and the Longhorns will start with good field position after the punt by Carrizosa. So, Will Matthews, let me get your thoughts on what you saw on the field in the first half.
You know, it was a really good half for the Horns. I mean, they really wanted to put that Ohio State loss to bed, and they went out and scored 4 times. That is a really good way to get it done. But even in that, there were a couple of areas where the guys could have been a little more focused and a little more ready for the point of impact. Some of their key players making big penalties, which set Texas back and work to stop momentum in some moments. I'm looking for Texas to really have some confidence for the second half.
Well, speaking of penalties, they were called for a hold on the punt, so the ball is all the way back at the Longhorn 39 now. And on first down, handoff to Christian Clark, the left side to the 40 to the 40. That's about it. The 40, maybe the 41. As the Spartans stacked against the run. Lakio on the tackle. So a 2-yard carry at second down. So, yeah, there was a hold on that punt return, and that's why they were waiting to spot the ball. It was a 10-yard walk-off back to the Texas 39-yard line. 7th penalty of the ball game against the Longhorns. Second down and 8 from the 41. Manning out of the shotgun. Clark offset to his right. Handoff. Christian Clark breaks through on the left side, cuts it upfield to midfield, and Clark has a first down. Christian did a good job. He went off left tackle and then cut it back to the center of the field and took it to the San Jose State 46-yard line, a 13-yard carry.
Yeah, nice job by Brandon Baker coming across from his right tackle spot. They pull him across, and he sprung Christian Clark.
So first down and 10, Texas at the San Jose State 46-yard line. First possession in the second half of the Longhorns after they forced a 3-and-out defensively. Shotgun snap. Manning pumps, looks, scrambles left, throws it downfield, caught by Wingo. 35. Ryan still on his feet and has a first down. Excellent job by Arch Manning. It looked like he was going to tuck it in and run or take a sack or a loss or something, and he spotted Wingo down the left side and was able to get it into his hands for a 16-yard gain and a first down.
That play started with Wingo to the left of Manning, and when Manning got the snap, Wingo jumped up like he was going to get a screen pass to try to get some flow away from downfield, and he ended up catching the pass.
First down and 10. Ball is at the 30-yard line of San Jose State. Shotgun snap and a handoff. Christian Clark cuts back to the center, and down he goes. 1-yard carry to the 29 is all. Caniello Latu on the stop. So Latu on the tackle, and it's second down and 9. Parker Livingston will shift wide right, along with the tight end, Jordan Washington, and DeAndre Moore. They're all split out to the right. Ryan Wingo on the short side of the field and a slot left. Ball is on the left hash mark at the San Jose State 29-yard line. Second down and a shotgun snap to Manning. Pressure coming, steps around the tackler, goes to the right, and Arch pumps, then throws it down the field, and it's dropped by Jordan Washington. Wow, that was some nifty footwork by Arch Manning to get away from a defender bearing down on him, considered running, knew where he was in relation to the line of scrimmage, but Jordan Washington just got turned around trying to make the catch and couldn't hold it.
Yeah, in fact, Arch started kind of retreating to the side towards the San Jose State sideline to stay behind the line of scrimmage and make that throw, and well, he did everything correct there.
Instead, now it's third down and 9 at the Spartan 29-yard line. Manning from the gun on third down, has the snap, swings it out right side. Ball is caught, but DeAndre Moore's hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And Dre Moe made the tackle, and it brings up fourth down. And the Longhorns are going to go for a long field goal try. Mason Shipley will try his first field goal as a Longhorn. This is going to be about a 47-yarder, maybe 48. Let's see where they spot it. Call it 47-yard try for Shipley. Jordan, of course, Mason Shipley. Thinking of that other Shipley because they All-American here, Jordan. Mason, his first field goal try. A 47-yard field goal try for Mason Shipley. His first field goal try as a Longhorn. Good snap and hold. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Mason Shipley, from 47 yards, has his first field goal as a Texas Longhorn. 10:50 to go in the third quarter. This season, Allstate will make a contribution to the University of Texas General Scholarship Fund for every field goal and extra point made by Texas. Thanks to Allstate, you're in good hands. It's Texas 31, San Jose State 7. Longhorn football continues in a moment.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Rooted in orange, Texas Disposal Systems is proud to have been doing business in Austin since 1977. As the preferred sustainability services provider of Texas athletics, Texas Disposal Systems provides recycling, solid waste, and composting services for Texas athletics games as well as the Central Texas area and beyond. TDS's commitment to environmental sustainability fuels its desire to partner with others for a more sustainable future. Visit TexasDisposal.com to learn more. Texas Disposal Systems, noticeably different, noticeably better.
Meet, stay, and dine at the AT&T Hotel and Conference Center. Located on the University of Texas campus, this is where real fans stay for game day. Relax in luxurious rooms with tower views and enjoy happy hour at Gabriel's Cafe with your fellow Longhorns. Book your wedding, graduation celebration, or conference today. Make your next memories on campus. Learn more about hotel packages at meetattexas.com.
Texas with the lead on the 47-yard field goal from Mason Shipley, his first as a Texas Longhorn. Today's game is presented by St. David's Healthcare. It caps a 32-yard, 7-play drive that took 3:19 off the clock. Now, Will Matthews, you saw DeAndre Moore get banged up, I guess, on that third down play before the field goal?
Yes, on that third down play, he was down a little bit longer than most of the guys. He gets up, head dropped a little bit, starts jogging off the field, and then needs a little bit of help from a teammate. He's over in the medical tent at the moment, wishing him the best and hoping that it is not as serious.
All right, thanks very much, Will. Longhorns up by 24 now, 31-7. And Will Stone again to kick off for the Longhorns. Defense able to come up with a stand. Very nearly an interception by Jalen Gilbo, who's already recovered a fumble today. Forced the punt and then the field goal scoring drive to make it a 31-7 Longhorn advantage. So Stone to kick it off. And Roger, you were looking at weather radar. It looks a little dicey around a lot of the area. Nothing here at the stadium yet except some breezy conditions.
Yeah, to the southwest, there's a pretty good sized cell that hopefully that'll stay away. But it's been overcast. We had some pregame rain in this morning, afternoon.
So the ball back on the tee. And Stone ready to give it another shot. Here's the kickoff. Once more, fair catch called, this time a yard deep in the end zone, a touchback. So we'll come out to the 25-yard line, and that's where San Jose State will start its second possession of the second half with the Longhorns in front 31-7. A reminder, next Saturday, the Miners of UTEP will be here. It is a 3:15 Central Time kickoff. We'll be on the air on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock airtime. Kickoff at 3:15. Texas and UTEP here in the second of the three-game homestand for the Longhorns. Floyd Chalk is the running back for San Jose State. Walker, you get at quarterback in the shotgun. Ty Anthony Smith back in at linebacker for the Longhorns. First down and 10. Eget with the snap, turns and hands it to Chalk. Bounces outside. Good run out over the 35, and he's got a first down to the 36-yard line. There's Chalk before Jelani McDonald can wrap him up. There have been times when San Jose State has been able to break some runs. They have a first down at their own 36 now. Chalk remains the running back. Three receivers out wide left for the Spartans. One on the short side of the field. That's Kyrie Scholes. He split to the right. At the right hash mark from the Spartan 36-yard line. First down and 10. Shotgun snap back. And Eget throws underneath the coverage, and a catch made across the 40 and up around the 43-yard line is Kyrie Scholes, their leading pass catcher today. Toby Black, the tackle, but that's a 7-yard pickup.
Well, we've seen this offense when they can get those quick passes. They've been successful for Walker Eget.
Second down and 3 for San Jose State. The ball at the Spartan 43-yard line. Three receivers out wide left. Kyrie Scholes in a slot on the short side, split to the right. Off the right hash at the Spartan 43. Eget from the shotgun has the snap, looking to throw, has a lot of time, swings it out left. It's caught. It'll be a first down across the 48 and up to the 49-yard line. Catch made by the tight end Jackson Keenan. Anthony Hill the tackle. That's a gain of 6 more and another first down.
Longhorns send 3 and drop 8 into coverage.
First down and 10, San Jose State. Ball at the Spartan 49-yard line. 9:15 remaining in the third quarter. Texas leading 31-7. From the left hash mark, Walker Eget. Long count. Has the snap down. Look to throw on first down. Swings it out to the right. Caught by Scudero and then wrestled out of bounds by Grayson Littleton. That one just goes for 2 yards across the midfield stripe into Texas territory. Longhorn DBs now getting a little closer to those receivers to play it a little tighter. Second down and 8. 3 receivers down wide left. Tyree Scholes on the short side of the field, split to the right. He's in single coverage against Kobe Black. Jalen Gilbo matched up across the field in single coverage. From the right hash mark at the Texas 49-yard line, Walker Eget from the shotgun has the snap. Back to throw, looks left, pumps, being chased, escapes a tackler, rolls to the right. Now he's going to tuck it in and run, and might have lost 1 yard back to midfield, maybe 2 yards. Yeah, back to the original line of scrimmage, the 49-yard line. He was forced out of bounds. It'll bring up third down.
Yeah, Landon Jackson, the freshman from Texarkana, got the initial pressure off the left end.
So now it's third down and 10 from the San Jose State 49-yard line. Off the right hash. From the shotgun. Longhorns have a blitz look right now. We'll see if they come after Walker Eget. Clap of the hands has it. They're coming after him. There's a slant in the middle. Ball is caught by Scudero, but a nice open field tackle by Michael Taft limits the gain to just 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
Yeah, they tried to hit Texas with that quick hitter across the middle. Receiver screen, but Taft just came in and got through all the clutter to make the tackle.
Ball is at the Texas 48-yard line, and San Jose State will punt here on fourth down and 7. So Trent Caragosa will punt for the 4th time today. He's averaged over 46 yards per run. He had that one boomer of 56 yards. Ryan Niblett standing back inside the Longhorn 10-yard line awaiting the kick. Good snap, and the kick is away as he angles high into the corner. Niblett has to signal for a fair catch and makes that fair catch at the Longhorn 8-yard line. That punt travels 40 yards without a return. 6:52 remaining in the third quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield. The score is Texas 31, San Jose State 7. Longhorn football continues in a moment.
Dulce Vida Blanco Tequila will give you a winning taste in every sip. Made with 100% organic Blue Weber agave, harvested in Los Altos, Mexico. Crafted without any hidden ingredients to create a quality tequila perfect for sipping or enjoying in a delicious margarita. Dulce Vida fruit-infused tequila is low in calories and made with real fruit. Whether it's spicy pineapple jalapeno, refreshing grapefruit, or mouth-watering lime, Dulce Vida is a hit every time. Dulce Vida Tequila, pure and simple. 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by Dulce Vida Spirits, Austin, Texas.
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver. Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles towards your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free check bags, and complimentary upgrades. Not a member? Enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines, you are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
Capital Farm Credit understands that there's something about the outdoors that pulls you in. Could be the fresh air, the colors, the smells, the animals, the freedom. It's all just a part of who you are. And with our recreational land loans, you can purchase land for whatever outdoor pursuit you please. That way, the outdoors won't just be in your soul, it'll also be in your name. To learn more, visit CapitalFarmCredit.com. Together, we're better.
Nobody supports their team like a Texan. Learn how Texas Mutual Insurance Company is helping to build a stronger, safer Texas at texasmutual.com/Texans. Get it. Longhorns up 31-7 on San Jose State. 6:52 to go in the third. Texas will start at their own 8-yard line. Their third possession where they've started at their own 10 or worse. On that first drive, starting at their own 10-yard line, they were they scored a touchdown. Of course, that was basically a one-play drive. They got 3 yards on 2 plays and 87 on the touchdown pass, Arch Manning to Parker Livingston. And then they started a drive also from their own 10-yard line, and that time, from their own 8-yard line, they were forced to punt. They went 3 and out. So here we go. See if they can put together a long scoring drive and continue to build some confidence with this offense.
Well, it's one thing Sark has said, that sometimes he likes to see his guys perform in a long ways to go situation with a drive. So
he got his wish.
Yeah, he's going to get a chance to see this firsthand if they can do it. Jarrett Gibson will line up in the backfield, and Manning to take the snap from under center. First down and 10. The tight end Nick Townsend lining up as an H-back now in the backfield. And off play action, Arch looks to throw. Looks with time, sends it deep over the middle. Too much on it, incomplete. He was looking for Livingston, and Rivas had the coverage.
Well, they go play action, so he has plenty of time. Offensive line does a nice job, even though San Jose State brought some blitzers and just put it out too far in front of Livingston.
Second down and 10 from the Longhorn 8-yard line. Ryan Niblett in the ball game. He lines up in a slot to the left side with DeAndre Moore out of action at the moment. We mentioned he'd gone into the medical tent. On second down, quick swing pass to Livingston with 2 blockers in front, trying to turn it upfield, can't do it. Right at the line of scrimmage, Jalen Appellate Williams on the tackle. No gain on the play, and it brings up third down and 10. They tried to set it up with a screen to the outside, and it just wasn't happening. Now C.J. Baxter checks in at running back. Niblett wide right. Parker Livingston in the slot right. Tight to the formation on the left side is Ryan Wingo. On third down, the ball on the left hash of the Texas 8-yard line. Moving right to left, south to north, third quarter. Shotgun snap to Manning out of his own end zone. Hit, and down he goes. And did the ball come out? San Jose State says that no, Longhorns have the ball, but it's a sack at the 1-yard line. Manning had to step up quickly to make sure he didn't get dropped in the end zone for a safety, but it is a sack and a loss of 7, and now it's fourth down.
It goes back to that first down play when they couldn't hook up, and then all of a sudden you're behind the chains, and now it's going to be a precarious situation for Bo Meester. He won't get his normal yardage to punt this ball away. And Arch did lose the ball, and then he was able to. Actually, it was recovered by tight end.
Yeah, I think it was Jordan Washington might have fallen on it. So now Bo Meester with his heels just inside of the back line of the end zone. Has the snap, has the kick, it's away, and it's a boomer. What a great kick by Jack Bo Meester. It's fielded at the 49-yard line by Jalen Thomas. He turns it inside the 40, and then Niblett drags him down at the Texas 38-yard line. Bo Meester gave it a good ride of 50 yards. It's a 13-yard return and good field position for San Jose State with 5:04 remaining in the third quarter, a 31-7 Longhorn lead. You're listening to Texas Longhorns football from Learfield.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Longhorn Football was brought to you in part by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Texas Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Longhorns had to punt it away off of a 3-and-out, which included a sack of Arch Manning back at the 1-yard line. And now San Jose State will operate from the Texas 38-yard line. 5:04 to go in the third quarter. Longhorns still lead at 31-7. It was 28-7 at the half. Texas forced a 3-and-out the last time San Jose State had the football, but the Longhorns had to give it back after a long punt. And then Jack Bomeister unleashed a 50-yard kick, but it was returned 14 yards to the Texas 28-yard line by Jalen Thomas. So San Jose State in really good field position to begin this drive here in the quarter. And Will Matthews, let me get your thoughts on that now. The defense, after the offense couldn't protect Arch enough there, the offensive line, now the defense has to go back to work.
Yeah, the defense really does. And, you know, their calling card for the first two games is they've been able to step up to the occasion when the occasion arises. But on the offensive side, you know me, being an ex-running back, run the ball. You got to run the ball. And today, when the throw has been open, they have started with running the ball and moving the ball. And that was just an example of them not going on that recipe and Arch almost getting sacked, or at least almost getting a safety. The guys have got to rest on what they're good at and continue to build confidence for this second half.
Xavier Filsamy checks in at boundary safety, 6'1", 194-pound sophomore from McKinney. It's another guy that Sarkis really liked his work in practice. So Filsamy in at safety. Lamar Radcliffe, the running back for San Jose State. First down and 10 off the right hash to the Texas 38-yard line. It's a handoff to Radcliffe, sweeping to the left, and then Trey Moore runs him down from behind and limits the gain to just a yard to the 37.
Yeah, nice job of stringing that out and letting Moore, and Gilbo also came in to help with the tackle, but it started with Colin Simmons.
Second down and 9. Also on the defensive line for Texas on the first time, Elvin Hills, the third redshirt freshman from Liberia, Louisiana, 6'3" and 302 pounds. So another younger player on the defensive front. Backwards pass, and San Jose State looking to throw downfield. It's incomplete. I'm assuming. And it's incomplete to bring up third down.
We had to throw it. He's run right out of bounds to the Texas bench. He was going hard there. He tucked it away like he was going to run, trying to fool Texas. Nobody fooled. Plus, that pressure was coming.
Yeah, the officials were confirming that he hadn't crossed the line of scrimmage. He did not. Incomplete pass. Now third down and 9 for San Jose State, the Texas 37-yard line. Two receivers out wide, and two on the short side of the field. Split to the left. Walker, he gets the back in the shotgun. And has back to his running back offset to his right. On third down, shotgun snap, back to throw. He swings it out right, and the ball's tipped in the air, incomplete. It was intended for Tuli Tagovailoa Amosa, and it ricocheted off of his hands. He would have been well short of the first down anyway, and a couple of Longhorns had a shot at it to try to come up with a check trail, most notably Jelani McDonald, but could not pull it in. Also, there was Hero Canoe with a shot at it. It's fourth down, and San Jose State's going to go for it. Down in the no man's land at the Texas 37-yard line. So the Spartans will go for it on fourth down and 9 at the Texas 37. And now the Longhorns are going to take timeout on defense because that came pretty quickly, and they were getting to the line of scrimmage. The Longhorns took the timeout to make sure they had the right personnel on the field as they spend their first timeout here of this second half.
Hero Canoe not probably used to that situation. He dropped in coverage, and then that tip drill, and the big fella, 299 pounds, didn't have a chance now. So Texas only had one drive of more than 37 yards. So I know Sark and this offense still, even though they put up 28 quick points, I think that was inside of a 5-minute total game time stretch. And they want to keep this offense on the field and try to find something.
Lance Jackson back out there along the defensive front. Lance joined by Hero Canoe. Also, Brass Hens lines up on the edge. San Jose State to go for it on fourth down and 9 at the Texas 37-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Walker, he gets to take the snap with three receivers out wide right and one on the short side of the field, split left. From the left hash, shotgun snap, Egan sets up, goes deep, down the right sideline for Scudero, and the pass was uncatchable. Stay with the target, Jelani McDonald, the coverage coming over, but it's incomplete, and Longhorns take over on their own 37.
Yeah, Longhorns brought the pressure. Now, Egan had a chance to step up in the pocket, but yeah, Scudero was kind of drifting with that ball. No way he's going to be able to catch that in bounds.
So now it's 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So, Will Matthews, is this where you want to see the Longhorns run the football?
You took words right out of my mouth. And that is exactly what I think the guys should do. They should line up here and work on the run fits, run the ball. They got CJ back there. He's due for a long one. Let's get it on the ground, setting up the throw, give Arch the opportunity to do what he does. But that's giving the ball to the running back.
All right, 1st down and 10. The ball at the Texas 37-yard line. Manning under center to make this. Now turns and hands the ball off. Sweeping to the left side as C.J. Baxter cuts it into the center of the field. The 40, across the 40 and up to the 42-yard line. It's a 5-yard carry. Jalen Appellate-Williams on the tackle for San Jose State. 2nd down and 5 for the Horns. Under 4 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter. Parker Livingston is split wide right. Ryan Wingo is in a slot right. And they have 2 tight ends lined up on the left side. Both Jack Andrews and Nick Townsend lined up on the left on 2nd down. Handoff, no play action. Here's Manning looking to throw with some time. Swings out right side, caught by Baxter, and he's knocked down at the 44-yard line. So only a 2-yard catch there before he was tackled by Noah McNeil Franklin. 3rd down for the Longhorns. They need 3 for the 1st down. Aaron Butler checks back in as a receiver, as does Dalen McCutcheon.
Just 1 for 8 on 3rd down so far today for the Longhorns.
Parker Livingston is wide left. Dalen McCutcheon and Aaron Butler are in slots on the left side. The lineup of the pistol with C.J. Baxter directly behind Arch Manning. From the right hash of the Texas 44-yard line. Now Baxter shifts to the right side of Manning. Shotgun snap to Arch. Pressuring. He'll take off up the middle. Hurries, and he can't get to the 1st down marker. Right at the 45. Tanella Latu. Latu on the tackle, and it brings 4th down and 2 at the 45. The Longhorns are going to go for it. They'll bring in 3 tight ends. Bundle will check out as well. Jordan Washington. McCackendrish back in. Spencer Shannon back in. And Nick Townsend. 3 tight ends in the ballgame. It's 4th down and 2 for Texas at the Longhorn 45-yard line. Manning to take the snap from under center. C.J. Baxter to the running back. It's on the left hash of the Texas 45. 4th down and 2. Manning under center. Turns, hands it to Baxter. Cuts to the right side, leans forward. He's got up. Push across the 47, ball at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 3. And it's a 1st down for Texas. Baxter will check out now. Derek Gibson will be back on the field. Longhorns. They move to chase. Aaron Butler back on the field. Butler and Parker Livingston out wide right. Gibson offset to the left side of Arch Manning. Now the left 2 tight ends on the left. Andrews and Townsend. Townsend shifts in motion. 1st down and 10 from the Texas 48. Play action. Manning with some time. Looking deep. Swings down. He's got Livingston open. He makes the catch. 25 to the 20 to the 15-yard line. And a late flag comes in. Lot 2 on the tackle. That might have been face mask on it. It came right on the tackle. The flag was thrown. It would go for a 42-yard gain. Here's the call.
Blocking back. Offense. Number 14. The 10-yard penalty will be enforced on the spot of foul. Texas still be on the game. 1st down.
All right, so it is a 1st down. It's a downfield block from Aaron Butler, and he's called for a block in the back. So play, the net is going to be 32 yards. It'll be down to the 20-yard line.
That's too bad. It was a well-designed play. Livingston running over the middle. Arch throwing a nice ball. But again, Longhorns backing up. That's their 8th penalty.
We'll settle for the 32-yard gain instead of 42 yards. Also on the right hash mark of the San Jose State 20-yard line. 1st down and 10. Shotgun snap. Manning with some time. Looking. Still looking. Scrambles left. And Arch is going to run to the 15. Arch to the 10. Arch to the 5. Arch to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas. Arch man just continued to dodge his way past tackles and takes it home for 6.
Well, he had to make one move, and he did. Then he cut it back outside. And we've seen that before. A little bit. Throw down the sideline for the touchdown.
Looked a little bit like that run in the 9th in College Station. 20 yards on the touchdown run for Arch Manning. So, and gets to the go. How about that run? Well, Matthews, you're talking about getting the running. Get going. There's another way to get going.
Yeah, it seems like Arch really identifies with the physicality of running the ball. When he's running the ball, he's running guys over and doing his thing. So after he scored right there, he turns. He's running down to congratulate the guys, and a huge smile on his face. We know when Arch has a smile, he feels good. He's confident, and that's what it's right there.
They want to see if they wanted to further review whether Arch might have clipped the sideline. It didn't look like he did. It looked like he stayed in bounds the whole way, and sure enough, the no review is upheld, if you will. So, for the conversion is Mason Shipley. Good snap and hold, and Shipley's kick is good. 43 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's now Texas 38 and San Jose State 7. Longhorns with a 63-yard, 6-play drive, taking 3.5 off the clock. The big strike to Parker Livingston wound up being a 32-yard net. It would have gone for 42 yards. There was a block in the back call against Aaron Butler, but it still stood for that. And all it did, Roger, was to set the stage for an Arch Manning touchdown run.
Yeah, and again, Sark has talked about Arch needs to trust his athletic ability, and I know he wants to throw it first, but that time he just had no choice but to tuck it away. Got some nice blocks or picks downfield, and you go back to that 4th down conversion, Craig, and I think that was Sark saying, I want this drive to continue because I want my offense on the field, not about the score and the time in the game. I think he just wanted to keep his offense on the field and had enough confidence that they could pick up a couple of yards, and if they didn't pick it up, have enough confidence in his defense.
Will Stone, who's done his job very, very well today with kickoffs. It's a Cats Longhorn Weekly with Coach Sark. That's on Thursday nights over many of the same Longhorn radio network stations from Learfield. Check your local listings for the time. First down and 10. San Jose State from its own 25-yard line. 3 receivers out wide left for the Spartans. 1 on the short side of the field, split right. Jabari Bates is the running back. He scored the Spartans' only touchdown today. On first down, Walker Egan out of the shotgun snap and a hand off to Bates. Sweeping to the right, and good open field play made by Kobe Black to knock him off his pins. Just a 2-yard carry to the 27.
Now they brought the blitz from the left of Egan with Trey Moore and able to slip past that, but nice pursuit right there from Kobe Black.
Justice Terry back along that defensive front for the Longhorns, along with Lance Jackson and Colin Simmons. And also Travis Shaw. Second down and 8. And it's a design quarterback draw, and there goes Egan. He stepped out of a tackle, and he has it up for the first down. It looked like he might go down early, but he kind of ducked his head and moved around a would-be tackler and took it out to the 36-yard line. It's first down as that carry goes for 9 yards.
Well, Texas was sold out up front, so if he could get through one little surge, he was going to have some open field.
That's the end of the third quarter. The score of the Texas Longhorns 38, San Jose State Spartans 7. After the final 15 minutes of this one, the Longhorn football continues on.
Longhorns men's basketball is headed to Maui this November, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance is sending along 2 lucky fans to Hawaii. Register free for the tropical tip-off at texaslonghorns.com/Maui for your chance to win airfare, hotel, game tickets, and $500 cash to spend November 24th and 25th with the Longhorns in Maui or other great prizes. Registration closes on November 9th, so visit texaslonghorns.com/Maui today. And good luck from Texas Farm Bureau Insurance.
At St. David's Healthcare, we talk a lot about being best. It's not just talk. We show it through innovation, hard work, heart, and of course, victories. St. David's Healthcare is proud to be an official healthcare provider of Texas Athletics. And as UT Athletic Director Chris Del Conte would say,
the best is here, and together we are changing the world. Welcome.
This weekend, Kohl's is giving away millions in Kohl's Cash in Store. It's like you're getting free shopping money. At least that's what I tell my husband. Yep, you're just making smart financial decisions, one trendy sweater at a time. Plus, all month, enter our online sweepstakes at Kohl's.com for a chance to win $200 Kohl's Cash. Some exclusions apply while supply lasts. Giveaway on September 7th. Sweepstakes on September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. $20 per day. Limit 1 price per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohl's.com for official rules and details.
Mike Coulter back inside the Learfield Network studios. Texas led at halftime. As we look back at the third quarter, Texas led 28-7. San Jose State got the football to start the second half. Would promptly go 3 and out and punt it away. Texas started at their own 39-yard line. Christian Clark runs of 2 and then 13 yards. Manning hooked up with Ryan Wingo for 16 more before Mason Shipley would cap the drive with a 47-yard field goal, the first of his career. Capped a 7-play, 32-yard march, 3:13 off the clock. Texas up 31-7. Spartans would get 2 first downs on their next drive, but would then be forced to punt it away. Texas started that drive at their own 8-yard line. Narrowly avoided a safety, or even worse, on a 3rd down sack fumble and would punt it back. The Spartans did nothing with it on their next possession before punting it back to the Longhorns. Began this drive at the 37. Have 4th down and 2 on it at the 44-yard line. Coach Sark elected to go for it. C.J. Baxter gained 3 on that 4th down and 2. Manning would hook up with Parker Livingston for 42 yards. 10 was taken off of the end of it due to a block in the back call. But on the next play, Manning runs 29 yards. The touchdown plays 63 yards. 3.5 minutes off the clock. Texas in front 38-7. And the Spartans have the football as we begin the fourth quarter. Let's send it back. Now inside DKR, Texas Memorial Stadium with Craig, Roger, and Will. Guys.
All right, thanks very much. Let's check in with Will Matthews down on the sidelines through 3 quarters. Will, your review.
Yep, right here.
There you go. How about your thoughts on what you've seen through 3 quarters?
You know, these 3 quarters, it's solid. The guys have been done really well. They haven't let the penalties keep them from getting what they want. They put some points on the board, scored a lot, or just thrown the ball, ran the ball. There's some good things. But 4th quarter, I'm excited to see a lot of the younger guys getting in. You got to see the standard. Make sure they're holding out the standard, keeping points off the board, and also moving the ball on offense. Excited for 4th.
All right, thanks very much, Will. 1st and 10. San Jose State from its own 36-yard line, moving right to left, south to north here in this final quarter. Handoff, and across the 40 to the 41-yard line, Jabari Bates. It's a 5-yard carry through 3 quarters. San Jose State has run for a grand total of 68 yards. Colin Simmons is down on the field. We hope that's nothing serious. Hopefully nothing more than a cramp on a warm, humid afternoon here, as the training and medical staff will be able to check on Colin. He's sitting up, but don't know the extent of the situation
stayed down kind of on his side and then was able to sit up without his helmet. But yeah, that's a key guy for this Texas defense. Does hop up and walk off.
Well, I hope that's all it was. Maybe it was a cramping situation. Collin will come out. Ethan Burke on the defensive front. Also on that defensive front for the Longhorns is Josiah Sharma, freshman from Folsom, California. Made his Longhorn debut. 2nd down and 5 from the 41-yard line. Out of the shotgun, he gets the snap, turns, hands it off again, and a nice job to trip him up by Ty Anthony Smith as he dragged down Jabari Bates. A gain of a yard to the 42, and now it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Spartans. Out wide right is Kyrie Scholes. On the short side of the field, a slot to the left side is Leland Smith. 3rd down and 4 for San Jose State on the Spartan 42-yard line. Egan in the shotgun. Jabari Bates, the running back, offset to his left. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Has the snap, back to throw. He swings it out. The ball is caught for a 1st down by Danny Scudero. He had started in motion right before and was able to cut inside on the coverage of Kobe Black, Grayson Littleton, and pick up 6 yards in a move of the chains. He's at the 48, needed 5, got 6.
Black playing way off of him, and Grayson Littleton looked like he might be on, but he backed off as well.
1st down and 10. They needed 4 yards and got 6 on that catch. Ball is at the 48-yard line of the Spartans. Out of the gun, Eget sends his tight end. Came in motion, looks down the middle, ball caught inside the 40. Michael Tapp able to make the tackle on Kyrie Scholes. Another pass and another 1st down for San Jose State. Now looks at the 38-yard line as they pick up 14 yards. Spartans come to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers out wide left, including the tight end Jackson Keenan. 1 receiver, Kyrie Scholes on the short side of the field, split to the right. Ball on the right hash mark at the Texas 38-yard line. 1st down and 10 for San Jose State. Shotgun snap back to the quarterback, Walker. He get pressure coming. He throws downfield, and he had to get rid of it quicker than he wanted to. Intended for Scudero because Brad Spence was bringing the heat.
After that last completion, Michael Tapp took himself out of the ball game, and he was hobbling a bit as he came to the sideline.
2nd down. The ball was at the 38-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Now the official stop play. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Live from Austin, Texas. You're listening to Texas Longhorns football from Learfield.
Please reset the game clock to 12 minutes, 40 seconds, and clock 25. Thank you.
And the clock had run down to 12:31. They reset it to 12:40. Craig Wayne, Roger Wallace, Will Matthews, and our Longhorn Radio Network broadcaster from Learfield here at Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium. 12:40 to go in the ballgame. Texas leading 38-7 over San Jose State. Shotgun snap back to Walker Egan. Throws down the sidelines, and again, too far wide of the mark intended for Danny Scudero. Grayson Littleton right there with him. They're forcing Egan to get rid of the ball as quickly as he wants, so they make accurate throws.
And it's going on that sideline, so there's just not a lot of margin for error. There's got to be perfect all the way around as the ball kind of pulls the receiver towards the out of bounds.
3rd down and 10 for San Jose State at the Texas 38-yard line. 2 receivers out wide left of the Spartans. 2 on the short side of the field. Split to right, including the tight end, Jackson Keenan. In the shotgun, Walker Egan. Jabari Bates offset to his left, flip for the Longhorns, and they're bringing it past. But they're caught by Scudero. Bounces off a tackle. He's got a first down. Breaks free, and then back down by Warren Roberson. Stop for Meadow. He could go for a touchdown, but for Roberson's ankle tackle to bring him down. But that is still a 21-yard gain of 1st down.
Well, that sideline for San Jose State saw Longhorns bring those linebackers up, and I think they changed that play, that slant. There was nobody there for Scudero to make the easy catch.
Even after he made the catch, he still was short of the line of game. He was able to spin forward to get away out of the would-be tackle by Xavier Filsing and turned it into a big gain. 1st down and 10, the ball to Texas 17-yard line. Floyd Chalk running back now for San Jose State. Shot now back to Walker with some time. Swings out left, incomplete. Not far away from being picked up by Filsing. Xavier right in front of the tight end, Jackson Keenan.
Great coverage right there, nearly a second interception for the Longhorns.
So it is 2nd down. Ball is at the 17-yard line. And on 2nd down and 10, Spartans will send 2 receivers out wide left, including Danny Scudero. 2 on the short side of the field, split to the right. From the right hash, shotgun snap, and it is a handoff sweeping to the right side, but only able to pick up about a yard as Floyd Chalk. Lance Jackson wrapped him up. The Longhorns, now it's 3rd down and 9 for San Jose State.
Yeah, Murad Watson's had a good game. He was also in on that tackle on the initial surge by the Texas front.
On 3rd down, Leonga LaFowl checks back in at linebacker. Levon Johnson had been on the defensive front, the junior transfer from Maryland. Now it's out Pennsylvania, checked out now. 3rd down and 9, San Jose State at the Texas 16-yard line. From the shotgun, Walker, you get to take the snap. Has it, turns, hands off, 15, down to the 10. It's close, but short of the 1st down. As Floyd Chalk had the carry, Ty Anthony Smith had him up 3 yards shy of the 1st down. It's 4th down and 3 for the Spartans, and they will go for it here. So 4th and 3 for San Jose State. The ball is on the right hash mark at the Texas 10-yard line. 4th down and 3 for San Jose State. In the shotgun, Walker Eget has the snap. Eget looking, sends it across the middle, pass tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Knocked away. Leonga foul, knocked it loose, and it'll go over to Texas on downs.
Well, nice job by LaFowl, just timing it. Knew he wasn't going to have time to get to Eget, and he just watched his eyes and his arm and got the deflection.
San Jose State comes away empty-handed. 10:34 remaining in the ball game. Texas 38, San Jose State 7. Here on the Longhorn Radio Network for Learfield.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used it too to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably do that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Texas Athletics. Stream the Texas Longhorns satellite-free on DirecTV. Visit directtv.com today to learn more. Longhorns, well, they gave up 64 yards on the 13-play drive that ate up 5 minutes and 9 seconds, but a 4th down pass deflection by Leonga LaFowl. Texas has it back at their own 11-yard line. 10:34 to go here in the ballgame. Longhorns up 38-7.
He's going to have the sidelines and check in with Will Matthews.
Yeah, a couple of Longhorns of note. Michael Taft went out there. He went back in, not for the defensive side, but for special teams. Colin Simmons has been in the medical tent for a little while, so wishing him the best. And also DeAndre Moore went in to the locker room. Haven't seen him come back out. He may be done for the day, but that's not confirmed.
All right, thanks very much, Will. Longhorns take over on their own 11-yard line. On 1st down and 10. 2 receivers out wide right. Ryan Wingo on the short side of the field, split left. Wide right nearest the boundary is Parker Lincoln. And Ryan Niblett is in a slot on the right side. Jarrett Gibson, running back off, set the right side of our training. From the left hash mark, Texas, 11 handoff. Gibson, Jarrett bouncing forward and able to pick up a yard to the 12. Jordan Pollard, the tackle for the Spartans. 2nd down. Livingston again is out wide right for the Longhorns. Ryan Wingo on the short side of the field, ball on the pass to Texas 12. On 2nd down. Play action. And looks at the rush. In the middle, the ball is caught. Washington out of the 30. Now first down for Texas. Run downfield, ball caught. That one by Amari Winston. And he'll take it inside the 35-yard line. So, tight ends galore for Texas. And it takes it down to the 33-yard line of San Jose State. And that's a gain of 33 yards.
Nice job by Arch Manning to get away from some pressure there and then just calmly step up and find the receiver down on the sideline in Winston.
1st down and 10, Texas at the San Jose State 33-yard line. Handoff, Jarrett Gibson cuts it back in the center of the field, trying to follow a block and surges forward. Nice run, late flag. Gibson was about to have a really nice run.
Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 1st down.
He'll come back. Jarrett had a really nice run there.
Yeah, that's 9 penalties, 100 yards of penalties for the Longhorns. Sark will not be pleased about that.
It's at the 43-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 20. Ryan Niblett checks back in. Spencer Shannon checks out. Well, the tight ends have made an impact today. Jack Hendricks, 2 touchdown catches. Jordan Washington, a catch. Amari Winston just made a catch a few moments ago. On 1st down, handoff. Flags again come down. Again, Jarrett Gibson, good run. Flags on both sides of the field here. Don't know if it's for the same infraction. We'll wait for Daniel Gotro's call.
Illegal shift. Offense, number 8. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Well, it couldn't be number 8 because that's KJ Lacey, who's one of the Longhorn quarterbacks, and he was not on the field. Could have been Jared Gibson, could have been number 9. So, in any event, it's a 5-yard penalty. Back now to the 48-yard line. So, it's going to be 1st and 25 for Texas. 7:57 remaining in the ballgame. On first down, play action. Manning looks to throw, looking, swings it out, off the hands. As he tried to go to another tight end, Nick Townsend had to throw it on the run, and it was a little bit behind Nick, and he couldn't hold it.
Yeah, that's one of those 50-50 balls where, yes, Arch could have put it in a better spot, and Townsend could have made a nice catch. Now, he catches it, he's not going far. 2 Spartans were coming right at him.
On second down, Christian Clark checks back in and running back at 2nd and 25 for Texas. 7:49 remaining in the ball game with the Longhorns leading San Jose State 38-7. 3 receivers bunched in a covey to the left side. And on second down, quick swing pass out to the left side, dancing away from a tackler's Wingo, but he can't turn it upfield. As Larry Turner Gooden, the former Longhorn, brings him down. And that is no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd and 25. This wide receiver screen is definitely predicated on the other receivers out there being able to get their blocks in.
Yeah, and then Texas didn't have a great numbers advantage either.
So now, on 3rd down and 25 at the Spartan 48. Shotgun snap. Manning pulls it in, steps up, hit as he throws it, wobbles downfield, incomplete. That's the second time Arch has been hit as he's releasing the football. The first time was an interception. This time as Vili Tafoa hits him, it goes incomplete and brings up 4th down.
Well, San Jose State, again, they brought 6, so they're selling out and banking on getting some pressure, and they did just that.
Tafoa is a big guy. He's from Auckland, New Zealand, and got a hand up to hit Manning, and it's 4th down, and it'll be a punt now for Jack Bomeister. Jalen Thomas back deep to receive it. Bomeister standing inside his 40. Thomas awaiting the kick, standing at the San Jose State 10-yard line, and he will let it bounce over his head. It'll go into the end zone. So the punt travels 48 yards, but only 28 on the net, as it'll come out on the touchback back to the 20-yard line. Brings us to a timeout with 6:58 remaining in the ball game. Texas leading 38-7. Longhorn football continues in a moment.
This season, honor the win and the West in Tecovas. Whether you're in the stands or out celebrating downtown, Tecovas Western boots are handcrafted for all-day comfort. With colors and styles that look right at home, you can show your pride from head to toe. This football season, show up in boots. Find your perfect pair at tecovas.com or one of our Austin stores on South Congress and at the Domain. Tecovas, forever West.
The Flat Creek Estate Wine Garden is how Austin does a pregame. Sip on the most awarded Texas wines in history at this fixture of the Texas football experience. Located on DeLost Dodds Way on the north side of DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. The Flat Creek Estate Wine Garden brings Texas Hill Country attitude to every Longhorns home game. Award-winning wines? We got it. Need a frosé? We got that too. Plus live music and plenty of shade. We know how much y'all need that. Come on over to the Flat Creek Estate Wine Garden on game day. Visit our amazing 80-acre winery in Marble Falls and pick up our wines at your local HEB. Book 'em.
It's been said, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Not with Ford Trucks. We're leading the change with innovative technology like Ford Blue Cruise hands-free highway driving, raising the bar on capability with features like Ford Pro Power on board. Leadership in a world of change. That's what makes Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks. Visit your Texas Ford dealer today and you'll see why.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Mike Holter back in studio with this WinStar Studio report in the SEC. 2 other games still taking place. Number 19, Texas A&M leads Utah State 30-6 at the start of the fourth quarter. Also, number 4, Georgia in front of Austin Peay in Athens, a game that was moved up an hour due to expected weather this evening in Athens. Right now, the Bulldogs lead the Governors of Austin Peay 14-3, just over 9 minutes until halftime there at Sanford Stadium. In the top 25, 2 games that are relevant to us. Number 16, Iowa State, tied with Iowa right now in the battle for the Cyhawk Trophy at 13 apiece. Just over a minute 50 remaining in the fourth quarter there in Ames. In fact, Iowa State just got a field goal to go ahead, 16-13 now. Iowa State with a 3-point lead over Iowa, under 2 minutes to go in that matchup. And number 7.
To watch the Longhorns battle the Sooners in the annual showdown. For more information, visit happiesthourdallas.com. San Jose State starts from its own 20-yard line here with 6:58 on the clock. Texas leading at 38-7. Derek Williams back in at safety for Texas. Also, Warren Roberson is on the corner. Lamar Radcliffe, the running back for San Jose State, offset to the left side of the quarterback, Walker Egan. Egan from the shotgun off the left hash. On first down, play action over the middle, pass in and out of the hands. Nice job by Warren Roberson. Took it out of the hands of Leland Smith, knocked it to the turf.
Yeah, Egan's been pretty accurate, but that one not a great throw, and so between Roberson's play and the fact that Smith had to go back, reach back, no chance to complete that one.
Second down. From the 20. Egan in the shotgun. Has the snap, back to throw. Looks right. Sends it over the middle. Ball is caught, coming back to make the catch. Now let's see where they mark Kyrie Scholl's progress where he made the catch. They're going to say he voluntarily, I think. They may not. They may rule it that it's a first down. Let's see where they spot. Nope, they're going to put it down at the 26. He came back for it and continued on his own. Jonathan Cunningham is in there for Texas. At linebacker, 6'2", 193-pound freshman from the state champions of North Crowley. At the 26-yard line. Third down and 4 after that 6-yard catch. Blitz coming, back to throw. Egan, pass swatted down to the turf. Excellent job by Hero Canoe to knock it down, and it brings up fourth down.
By my count, I've got 27 defensive players that have done something to earn a spot on the stat line. So probably more than that has actually played here today as well, just on the defensive side.
So it's fourth down. And ready to punt it for the Spartans is Trent Carrizosa. Ryan Niblett standing back at the Texas 30-yard line awaiting the punt. 6:07 to go in the ball game. Snap, and the kick is away. Line drive kick. Fair catch called for, made at the 36-yard line by Niblett. And Texas will start from its own 36 after a 37-yard punt. 6 minutes exactly remaining in the ball game. Texas leads San Jose State 38-7, and Longhorn football continues in a moment.
Meet, stay, and dine at the AT&T Hotel and Conference Center. Located on the University of Texas campus, this is where real fans stay for game day. Relax in luxurious rooms with tower views and enjoy happy hour at Gabriel's Cafe with your fellow Longhorns. Book your wedding, graduation celebration, or conference today. Make your next memories on campus. Learn more about hotel packages at meetatexas.com.
Need equipment for your next job? Don't settle for the traditional rental experience. With Equipment Share, your rental arrives on time and in top condition, ready to work. From dozers to skid loaders, mini excavators, and even generators, Equipment Share has you covered. Easily reserve your gear, track your performance, and manage everything through our mobile app. With Equipment Share's T3 technology, you'll get control, visibility, and peace of mind. Visit EquipmentShare.com or call 1-888-80-RENTS. Equipment Share. Rental done right.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Texas Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Bud Light, a proud sponsor of Texas Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Longhorns up 38-7 in this home opener, and even 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Let's check in with Will.
Yeah, it's a very special thing. Last week, 23 defensive players got into the game, and Roger, you just said there were 27 players already who have been on the field and earned some sort of stat on the stat line. That's a really, really special thing, and an obvious embarrassment of riches. Texas has the opportunity to really grow their young defensive players in leaps and bounds over this game and over the next couple of weeks. That's going to pay incredible dividends, especially as we move into the later half of the season and get ready for the playoffs. Especially, this is a game where injuries come. If you've got a 1, a 2, and a 3 who's got significant experience and can get onto the field, then there's no drop-off when you have to play different guys. Super excited about what Texas is doing on the defensive side and these young players really growing and getting those reps.
And now we're going to get our first look at Matthew Caldwell. Matt Caldwell is a 6'4", 209-pound senior transfer from Auburn, Alabama. He played at Auburn and most recently at Troy. And Caldwell takes over at quarterback for Texas. So Arch Manning's day is done. 19 of 30, 295 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a rushing touchdown. 4 carries, 23 yards, including a 20-yard touchdown. Christian Clark in at running back, and before they get going, there are whistles sounding and flags flying. There's some younger guys along the offensive front out there as well for Texas. One of them may have moved a little early. Here's the call.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That one's on Brandon Baker. Nate Kibble is out there right now. At guard, 6'3", 330-pound redshirt freshman from Atascocita High in the Houston area. Connor Robertson in at center. 6'4", 312-pound junior out of Westlake High in the Austin area. And Jaden Chapman in at left tackle. 6'4", 306-pound sophomore from Harker Heights. So Sark said he wanted to get some younger guys out there, get them some reps, and he's doing just that now. On first down, handoff, and bouncing it outside, now back inside to the 31-yard line is Clark, but he just couldn't find anywhere to go. Vili Taufu-Fatoa-Fua on the tackle, and it'll bring up second down from the 31-yard line.
Yeah, did a lot of shaking and baking, but couldn't get more than a yard.
Kalik Lockett, 6'2", 195-pound freshman receiver from Saxe High up northeast of Dallas. In at wide receiver. Handoff to Jarrett Gibson, second down, and breaks it upfield. 40, 43, 45, and a first down. Gibson, they may mark him down to the 45, 1 yard shy of it. Caleb Presley, the tackle. It's a 14-yard carry, and now it's third down and a yard to go for the Longhorns.
Yeah, Brandon Baker, an excellent job from that right tackle spot.
So on third down, Caldwell has it, turns, hands it to Gibson again, bangs forward. Let's see where they are. I think he may have it. Either that or he's just a foot shy off of it. It'll bring up fourth down.
Now they're moving the chains.
Yeah, so it is a first down. Ball is at the 46-yard line. 3 receivers out to the left side. 4.5 remaining in the ball game. First down and 10. Caldwell, his first pass is long, swings it to Kalik Lockett, and Kalik takes it upfield. Well, we're talking about Texas running the football. Will Matthews, you're around somebody who's run the football pretty well.
Yeah, so we have former running back for Texas, Jaden Blue, who is now a Dallas Cowboy. Tell me about the Cowboys and your transition to the NFL.
Yeah, it's been fun. Been a very quick transition for me. Coach Sark and Coach Schott is very similar in a lot of ways. They're both funny guys. They're both great coaches, and our plays is similar to what we ran here. So it was pretty easy for me to make that transition from college and to the league. And I love it up there. They take care of me. They're a really good staff. Really good players up there, and I'm just excited to see what I do for the season.
How fun is it coming back to your first game after going into the NFL and being back home?
Yeah, man, it's been fun, man. Be able to, get back out here, at Texas, which, I love playing that, and just being able to get to see these guys, do what they